You're a little hot on volume, just so you know. But I can turn it down here a little bit. Okay. You're silent, but I'm live. Hello, everybody out there in live stream land. Here comes the greatest show for Sunday night. Coming up in 20 seconds. Ready, set. 15 seconds to showtime. Jeffrey and Allen will bring you wonderful material. Here we go. 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Welcome to Paranormal Central, broadcasting live from Central California with your hosts Jeffrey Gonzalez and Allen Thomas. Broadcasting video worldwide at ParanormalCentral.net and broadcasting audio on the Dark Matter Network at ArtBell.com. Are you ready to witness something you cannot explain?
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Paranormal Central, broadcasting live from the scariest place on earth, city we called Fresno, California. Hello, my name is Jeffrey Gonzalez. I am your host for the show. I'm also the founder of a group called the Sanger Paranormal Society. I have been investigating the paranormal going over 14 years now. So we're just not up here talking about it. We actually live it, so we kind of know what we're talking about because we have experiences in these fields. And that's what I think makes this show different from a lot of other shows. I want to thank you for showing up wherever you may be. I have a team that assists me in these cases. One of the members of that team is to the right of me here, Mr. Allen Thomas.
Hi, everyone. Happy Halloween.
Yes, Halloween. The favorite holiday of mine and my family's. Why? Because it involves scaring the you-know-what out of people, and that's what I'm all about. Man, if you're watching this show tonight, well, then obviously you come back every week and hoping that one of these days we're going to come up with the real evidence that's going to prove that monsters do exist. And you know what? We're getting pretty darn close. We are, so. All right, well, if you're watching us right now on live stream, well, then you're looking at it. We are broadcasting live in HD quality on Livestream, the network, broadcasting around the world on their servers. We are also sending our audio to the Dark Matter Digital Network. Where can you hear that? If you go to artbell.com's website, yeah, you heard me right, artbell.com is broadcasting our audio worldwide on their servers. You can also hear us on the TuneIn app that you can download for free. So, if you are right now at work and they can only let you have earphones on, well, then that would be the way that you can listen to us right now. On the TuneIn app, just type in Dark Matter Digital Network, and that'll take us to our show live as we speak. And it's free. You can't get away from not downloading it because it's free. And a lot of people like to download that app because, you know, they're driving. They might be, you know, going across country right now, and obviously you can't watch us on live stream. Well, then the audio is the next big thing. So I want to thank you guys for showing up tonight wherever you may be. It's 1 week away from Halloween, and I can't wait because we're going to have a blast. You know, again, this is one of our, and what the heck is that all about? So, you know, are having a good time, for one thing, doing what we're doing. It's all about monsters. You know, when I first started this a long time ago, I never would have imagined that we'd be at this position right now, and it's pretty awesome. We have people listening to us all over the world, and that just blows me the frickin' away. It does.
Me too.
You know, I just can't. It just blows me away, you guys. And
It makes it more fun for me, though.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Just the idea, you know, I could say, "Hi, Holland," or "Hello, San Paulo."
You know,
Or
it's
Sao Paulo.
I remember when I first started this. I mean, when I got 30 people watching the show, I would freak out.
Yeah.
You know, I would freak out.
I know we needed a shot of tequila for 50.
You know, and then it started to rise. It took us a while to get to this position that we're at right now.
And we're not talking days either.
No, you know, I've been doing this show going on 8 years, guys.
Yeah, a long time.
And that's a long time. And I guess the reason why we're still doing it is because we're having a blast. You know, again, you know, people have hobbies. This is my hobby. This is his hobby. And you know, you can't have a better hobby than this. And the main reason I'm doing this is because I know these things are real. And what my intent is to make all of you believers out there. Because all it's going to do is to take one great piece of evidence, solid evidence, that you cannot deny, ever. And you're going to be able to say, you know, I can't debunk that. That is real. What they have there is real. Impossible. And that right there is what my goal is in life. Whether it's to bring you the existence of the proof, the existence that we need to prove Bigfoot, or aliens, or ghosts, or whatever. That's why I'm going to keep doing this until we prove to you guys that this stuff is real. Because again, there's a whole different world out there that you guys don't know about. For you guys who have been watching us and following us, then, you know, you understand what we do here. I was just talking to somebody, you know, 3 days ago, that, you know, he knows me, he knows what we do, and he doesn't believe in Bigfoot, and he, what's better? And then I asked him, you know, well, did you watch our last show? And he said, no. I go, do you watch our shows? And he goes, no. Well, then our conversation has just ended, because how am I supposed to tell you about all the great stuff that we have and have gotten and have brought people on to talk about if you have not watched our shows or listened?
Well, the one that gets me is when they email me and they say, back in this one show you did, and they asked me a question about it, and I'm like, what show was it? Can you name it? They're like, you should know. I mean, you did it. We do.
Okay.
Yeah, we do like 4 shows a week or a month, and that equals like 52 shows a year, and we're in our, for me, it's like 5th year. So, I mean, if it was 200 shows ago and you want me to know what explain something, you need to let me know what I'm going to explain about.
Right.
I mean, I just can't pull that right out. And you have to name the show. I'm not going to go back and look in every show and try to figure out what it is what the people want.
Right.
I'm not.
You can't do it.
Yeah.
There's no way. Absolutely no way. And it makes you wonder why they want you to even do that.
Well, sometimes they don't agree, and they want a little more information, but but they're not so specific that I can recall it.
Right.
You know, not at all.
Okay. Well, so don't ask us about what a show that we did 2 years ago, a year ago, even 4 months ago, for that matter, guys. We don't remember.
We try.
We don't. I mean, there's no way you can. I don't care who you talk to, as far as other people who have their own podcast or video show. If you go ask them, they're going to turn around and you're going to say, that's not feasible. There's no way. Because granted, yes, we try to save the information and maybe use it at a later date, but otherwise, there's no way. There's absolutely no way. So, all right. Well, we're gonna have some fun tonight. Tonight is the Halloween show. Yeah, that's right, baby. We're gonna talk about ghosts and all that kind of good stuff. You know, Danny's Bigfoot report. It's not a Bigfoot report.
Dead Bigfoot report. No.
No. It's going to be a ghost report. So Danny is one of those guys who loves this stuff, and whenever he gets the chance, if it involves paranormal and he can get on it and go and investigate, then he will go. So he's been out there and has done ghost investigations. And obviously he does a lot of Bigfoot with us. So he went. You know what? I don't remember the
Sierra Sky Ranch.
Sierra Sky Ranch.
Supposed to be haunted.
And he went up there with some friends and took some audio equipment, and I think he got something.
Yeah, he did.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get a hold of Mr. Danny Valderrama right now, and see what the heck he has. What he has. He says he's had some cool stuff, but I don't know, because I can't really believe in Danny anymore. Psych. Just kidding. All right, Mr. Danny Valderrama, where are you? Hey, you there?
Where's my music?
I got your music. Music's right there. What are you doing?
Watching Abbott and Costello.
Sweet.
Abbott and
Oh, wait a minute. That's you guys.
Oh, you suck. Yeah, he's all happy. Why? Because the Raiders kicked some butt today.
Yeah. Finally.
It's about time.
That's how they could play.
That's cool. Yeah. All right. Well, awesome, Mr. Danny Valderrama. How was your vacation?
It's okay. I'm still hanging in there. Got another 2-week vacation coming up in about 5 more work days.
Jeez. Wow. Really? Dude. Where are you going now?
Going to Tahoe and then Chicago.
Oh, wow. Tahoe. Is that another convention or just going?
No, just vacation this time.
Then what the hell was last week?
It was half convention, half vacation.
Jeez. You were all over the place.
It still looked like fun, man. My wife loved the pictures.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right on. And then you're
Very
going...
relaxing.
And then Chicago is what? That's got to be a convention.
Yeah, it's convention for her. Play for me.
Yeah, you guys went there already and was in that.
Yeah, a couple years ago, and I'm going back.
You went out you're going to go up to that big window, in the sky.
Yep.
And stand up in there.
Lean out.
Yeah.
But didn't one just crack? Didn't one just crack not too long ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like 4 layers, so you still had to crack all 4.
I seen the bridge. Did you see the bridge in China? I don't know how long it is, but it goes across this big, mile deep chasm, and it's all glass.
Oh yeah, that one cracked too.
That one cracked.
Yeah. Well,
I wouldn't do that.
Well, you better lay out, Danny, because you weigh like 450 pounds, don't you?
Yeah, just about.
Only when he's in the basement. Yeah.
It's all the scraps.
I can't get out of the basement.
It's all the scrap, and you can't exercise down there.
He's so big you can't get out of the basement.
They knock down the wall with the forklift. Oh, gee, that's cold. That's cold. Now, we're not making any fat jokes, you guys out there. We're just having fun. I don't want no hate mail. God.
Dang.
I know.
Press delete here.
All right. Well, Mr. Danny Valderrama. And he sent me some photographs, very small amount. So we didn't have them placed on the artbell.com website because it was just not feasible. So he sent me some audio clips, and I do have those. Let me pull those up on my phone. And
let me start with another story before I get to
yeah.
those.
Go for it.
There was a guy on my route who knew what we do here, and he told me a story that happened to him a couple years ago. He thought I'd be interested. So I said, well, okay, fire away. He said that his dad owned a painting business when he first got out of high school, and he was helping his dad. And his dad got a contract to go. This is when they were redoing all the Presidio in San Francisco. So they got a contract to go out there and his dad had some new type of wallpaper that's actual paint that goes up faster than painting. You just put up the wallpaper. So they were going out there and doing that. There was 3 of them, his dad, himself, and another guy. And then day before they were going out there, his dad got another contract, so he had to stay behind and work on that. And then the guy that was going with him got sick, so it was only him. And he said, "Oh, that's okay. We need to get this done. I'll go ahead and I'll get there and take care of it. I'll work the whole weekend." So when he got there, they showed him the building. It's a 2-story building. It's all run down, and he's got to go in there. And he said, "I'll work day and night. I'll get it done. Don't worry about it." So at night, the guys that own the Presidio and this building, they locked him in at night. So nobody else could get in there. He didn't have to worry about somebody else sneaking up behind him or anything.
Right.
So he was hanging this wallpaper. He didn't want to hear any crazy noises, so he had headphones on. And he was just working away.
See, well, stop. I'm going to stop you right there. I would not do that, because what if somebody was going to come up behind me and I wouldn't be able to hear them?
Well, you're locked in.
I don't know.
I don't care.
I wouldn't do that either. I'd have a radio playing.
Exactly.
Not headphones on.
Exactly. Okay.
So
continue.
He was busting out, going room to room, and he was in the main room that had a hallway down in all these different rooms. And out of the corner of his eye, he kept seeing something walking by. And every time he turned, there was nothing there. So he thought he was going crazy. He just kept working, and he kept seeing it. It was a black hooded figure that would come out of one room and then go into another. And he didn't know what it was. He'd go down there, look in the rooms. There's nobody in there. And it would do it the whole weekend, the whole time he was there. And so on Sunday when he was leaving, and the guy was asking him, "How'd it go?" "Hey, yeah, everything was great. We got it done." He said, "But I just have a question for you. I kept seeing something out of the corner of my eye." And the guy just looked at him, kind of smiled. He said, "Have you gotten anybody else talking about that?" He said, "Yep." He said, "This used to be a rectory. There was a nun here that I think got pregnant or something, and she hung herself. And they still see her walking through the hallways." And so that's what he was seeing. He was seeing somebody just walking through, walking room to room. So he wasn't going crazy. They had other reports of that same thing.
Well, if they would have told him prior to that, the first time he would have saw that,
yeah.
I wouldn't go in.
I would have been gone.
Not by myself.
No, not.
I want to hear you screaming, so at least I know somebody else was there with me.
Yeah, that would have scared me big time.
Okay, Jeffrey's still in here.
Yeah. Where's Jeffrey? All right.
Now, the Sierra Sky Ranch.
All right. So where do you want me to go now? What do you want me to do?
We went there a couple years ago.
Yes.
This, you can just show the first picture. It's a picture of the Sierra Sky Ranch.
Got it.
And we went there a couple years ago with 5 couples. There's 10 people total. And we just went there we knew it was haunted. There's a sign out front that has a picture number 2, I think it is, has a picture of the marker out front that tells a history about the Sierra Sky Ranch.
Okay, so this is a motel?
A hotel.
Hotel. Now, they're not ashamed to say it's haunted, right?
They are actually. They don't let people publicize it.
Well, then I'm looking at some ghosts.
Too late tonight.
They are tonight.
Well, I'm looking at a couple of ghosts on the
at the bottom. Yeah.
Why would they put that up there? They don't want
it doesn't say anything about ghosts in the little scripture that's there and all that stuff, but it is haunted. It has been on. There's a guy called Chip Coffey. He's a psychic medium,
right?
And he used to do a show about kids. That's how I first heard about this place. And he took some kids up there that got different things at the hotel,
right?
And they saw some things at the hotel too.
And where is this? North of Fresno,
is,
correct?
Just above Oakhurst,
okay.
Between Oakhurst and Bass Lake, right around there.
And anybody
just off of 41.
And anybody can go there. They can just call and get reservations and go and spend the night,
it has
right?
New owners now. They were remodeling it, which usually causes more activity.
Right.
So I think it's back open for business now. It was closed for about 6 months while they were remodeling and changing owners. But
okay.
Maybe this owner will be more receptive to people going up there to ghost hunt, because the other ones didn't like it too much, but we did it anyways.
I know.
The next picture is the sign of the place,
right?
Sierra Sky Ranch.
In the 80s, me and Richard Keel rented the whole place out for 2 weeks.
For a movie?
Yep. It was cool, man. I mean, I never rented anything with a checkbook, but he did. Like, how much was it? $35,000? Oh, here you go. Yeah. There you go.
I have that in my pocket.
Yeah. Here's a check.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. And, there's 5 couples. We spent the weekend there, and what we did was we paired everybody up, and we sent them into different rooms. And so we could only have access to the rooms that we rented. So there was 5 rooms, and then we went down the basement and found our way around into the actual basement and stuff. But the first file that I want you to play, we had like 5 people in a room.
Oh, you're right.
And what we noticed in there was that I had one of those thermal heat detectors, and I was flashing it around the room. The whole room was 71.
You want me to go to the next picture?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
The next picture is a sign of the place.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
But I was going around the whole room getting temperature readings, and it was like 71 everywhere in the room. And I started putting it on the bed. And on the right side, I was standing at the foot of the bed. On the right side of the bed, it would only 66.6 every time. I'd go to the right side of the left side of the bed, it was 71. I'd go around the room, 71. Go to the right side of the bed, 66.6.
Wait. 66.6?
Yeah, was the temperature on the
Dun.
right side of the bed.
I mean, you guys, the number's 666, right?
Yep.
That's where I'm going with this. All right, that's cool.
So we pulled out the EMF detector, and it would light up in that area. So I got out my voice recorder, and we started doing a EVP session. And there's one guy on here that's asking the questions. You can hear me in the background. And I think he asked twice, and on the second time, 10 seconds into the audio, he gets an immediate response. He says, just tell us your name, and we'll leave you alone. And as soon as he says alone, you'll hear the response, and it says its name.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and play that clip right now. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. You want me to stop it
the
right now?
sign says, like, if you mention this clip, you get Saturday night free? No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, so I'm going to, here we go. That would be, intro.
Please. Talking to the recorder there. Just say your name and the recorder right there. One time.
It's colder than when Johnny took the temperature. When Johnny was in here earlier, it was like 76.
What do you think? These people are not here to harm you. I know there's a bunch of them here. You only like hanging out with me, don't you? I know, that's cool. That's the way I am. So now say your name and that recorder right there for me, will you? One time.
I heard a whisper. Was that supposed to?
No, it was right at the
Want me to go back?
10-second mark. Yeah.
Okay, 10.
Can you see the seconds on it?
Yes, I can. So I'll say something right before it comes on. Okay, here we go.
Please. Talking to the recorder there. Just say your name and the
7,
recorder right
8,
there.
9.
One time.
It's colder than when Johnny took the temperature. When Johnny was in here earlier, it was like...
Try it again.
Just say your name and the recorder right there. One time.
It's colder than when Johnny took the temperature.
Okay, so right after he says one time, right? I heard go.
What do you think? These people are not here.
Try it again.
Just say your name and the recorder right there. One time.
It's colder
Try
than when
8
Johnny
seconds.
took the temperature.
8 seconds? Okay.
When Johnny was in...
Please. Talking to the recorder there.
4, 5.
Just
6.
say your name and the recorder right there. One time.
It's colder than
Okay,
when
so
Johnny
what
took
a-
the temperature.
What?
It says Gordon.
Okay, I heard that time. Okay, try it again.
It says say your name in the quarter one time, and it's a Gordon.
Gordon.
Right after he says that.
Okay.
You might have to turn up the volume a little bit.
Talking to the recorder there. Just say your name and the recorder right there. One time.
It's
I
colder
heard
than
it.
when
I heard it
Johnny
there.
took the temperature.
Okay, I'm gonna bring that part up.
Johnny was in here earlier.
Please. Talking to the recorder there. Just say your name and the recorder right there. One time.
Gordon.
You hear it?
Yeah, I heard it. And you debunked. Obviously, you listened to this after you got home, right?
Yeah, there's a video too, and you can see everybody in there, and nobody's talking. I mean, we were whispering after because we didn't know. See, they were expecting to hear a voice, but an EVP, when you take a voice recorder in there, you ask questions and then you play it back because their voices are on a different frequency.
Uh huh.
So what you do with your voice recorder is you ask questions, you play it back, and then you can hear the answers. So they were expecting to hear somebody talking, and they weren't expecting to hear it on the recorder there. But when we play it back, you can hear the voices talking to you.
They're noobs,
What?
right? They had to be newbies then.
What?
Yeah, they were.
they
They were
didn't know
we just
that,
went
you
for
know,
fun. They were all my friends, and
They're all
see what I
listening
do.
for the
Wait,
voice, you
yeah,
know.
you-
They didn't know that you're going to play it back.
You have friends?
yeah, I think so. So the next one we did,
Okay.
this one's a little longer, and it has a lot more different things in it. So if you go to picture number, the next picture after Sierra Sky Ranch,
Okay. We're at the fireplace. I see the fireplace in the background.
there's a fireplace there. That's the back living room. So everybody was in that back living room. We were taking a break. They're all relaxing because we had all the lights off and everything. And then so everybody was in there. So you're going to hear everybody talking in the background.
Okay.
And then the next picture is a look down the hallway. So I'm going to walk out. I'm in there with them, but then I decide to go off by myself, and I'm going to go about four doors down on the right-hand side down this hallway because the door's open. I'm going to go in there and do an EVP session by myself.
Oh,
So
man.
So that next picture is where I walk down
Okay.
the hallway.
So do you want me to go ahead and play it now, or?
Well, I'm going to
Okay.
let you know what we're going to be listening to.
Gotcha.
Okay. At the beginning of you could probably skip through this first one because it's like a minute and 30 seconds, but it doesn't really start until like the 45-second mark.
All right.
So the first 45 seconds, you can hear me walking down the hallway. You can hear the floor squeaking, and then I go inside the room by myself, and I'm asking questions. I don't hear anything, so I'm just letting the recorder run to see if I catch anything. At about the 45-second mark, you can hear somebody whispering. And keep in mind, there's only 10 of us there. There was another couple that came later in the night after we were done. But there are no kids on the property. It was just adults. And what you're going to hear is a little boy and a little girl talking.
Ooh.
And you're going to hear their mom talking to them, too. She's going to be telling them to go to bed. This place was a hospital, and it was a tuberculosis hospital. There were nurses there, there were kids, and then after that, or before that, it was a hospital for World War II. The injured people that came back from World War II were in there too. So it was used as a hospital. So there were kids, there were adults, everybody was in there. So this is where you're going to. So if you start around the 45-second mark.
Okay. I'm at 40. I moved it up to 42 seconds.
Okay.
Okay. So how
You're
much?
going to hear a whisper.
Right at 45, you think? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we
Just
go.
after that.
All right. Here we go, guys.
Can you tell me your name? Come on.
Okay. Was it right at
Did you
40?
hear it?
Was that at the very end, or?
No, at 46, around 49, between 46 and 49, there's a little girl that whispers "Mom."
Okay. All right. So what I'm going to
It's
do?
a real light whisper.
Okay. I'm going to start it at 36, and then at 45, I'm going to say 45, you guys, and I'm going to raise up the volume, and let's see if you can hear the little girl. Ready?
Can you tell me your name?
45.
Can you tell me your name? Come on. At 55 seconds is the next one.
We're already at 115.
Okay. So
Yeah,
at 55 seconds, you'll hear a little boy say "Mom,"
It's hard. I couldn't hear.
and then at 59 seconds, you'll hear him say it again. But you have to really
Yeah, you really have to pick it out, huh?
I might have to have headphones on.
Okay.
But you'll hear him say "mom" twice at 55 seconds, and at 59 seconds he'll say "mom," and then he'll say "mom."
Wow. Okay, hold
And
on.
then you'll hear her at 54 seconds.
Okay.
Tell them to go to bed.
Okay, so when is the first one that she says "mom"? At what time?
55 seconds.
Okay, so I'm gonna have it. I have it at 42 right now. When 55 comes around, you'll hear the volume go up, and then about 2 seconds later, that's when she should say "mom." Here we go. I'll let you know at about 53 seconds. 50, 51, 52, 53, up. Yeah, I heard it. Oh, I heard it again.
Again, yeah.
I heard it again.
Did you hear it?
I heard it twice.
Yeah.
I heard it,
Okay,
Mom.
and then there,
Can you tell me your name?
in between there, you'll hear the mom telling them to go to bed.
Oh, shit.
And then there were no kids there. That's what I know. This was something we caught because there were no kids there. But there's something else creepy under there because
What?
when I listened to it in a dark room with headphones on, in between those two moms, there's a little girl talking too, and she's saying, I don't know if they could see me in the room or something, but if you go back to 55 seconds again,
Jeez.
just after you hear the little boy say "mom,"
Uh-huh.
you can hear a little girl whispering. She'll say, "Mom, watch this." And I don't know if she's going to try to do something to me or nothing or something like that. But you'll hear the "mom," and you, "Mom, watch this," and then you hear "mom."
Holy mackerel. Okay, here we go.
Yeah. So there were two kids in there.
Here we go. 50, 51, 52, 53. I think I heard it at the very end.
Can you
Yeah.
tell me your
Yeah.
name?
I heard it at the 55 second. Like, I could heard it on the phone. You could hear him say, "Mom, watch this." That's exactly what it sounds like. And then at the 1 minute mark, the mom is singing to the kids.
What?
After she's telling them to go to bed, you can hear her singing.
Oh, jeez.
There's a lot of background noise, though, because they're starting to get loud out in the
Right.
living room back there. But at the 1 minute mark, you can hear the mom singing to them.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna stop.
And then right after that, I start talking, and we don't have any more voices after that.
Okay, I'm going to. I have it at 54 seconds right now. When 1 minute comes up, I'll bump it up. I'll give you a countdown. Here we go. 54, 55, 56, 57, 58. Here we go.
Can you tell me your name? Come on.
So there's nothing else after that. I start talking.
Yeah, I couldn't. Is there any place that the people can go to this and download it, or?
Yeah, I'll put it on my page. I'll put it on the paranormal page.
Okay. So if those who want to hear it, Danny eventually hear it pretty soon, probably tonight. We'll put it on the Paranormal Central page on Facebook. So there you go.
Get some headphones. Turn off all the lights and just listen.
No,
then
thank
you go
you.
running out of the room.
No, thank you. That's
It was
cool.
a pretty cool time.
Yeah, it very seldom you will get something.
Right.
And
That's true.
my hearing is shot
Yeah.
the way it is, and so is Alan's. So there's no way we would be able to pick this out. Obviously, your hearing is still there, so you can pick this stuff out, and that's one thing that I wish. My hearing was a lot better, and it's not only because of my high fevers when I was a kid and loud music. It just my hearing is all gone now.
Yeah, I don't try to listen to the playback during the day. I wait till everybody goes to bed and the house is quiet.
Oh yeah.
All the lights are off, and I put the headphones on, and I can really hear everything that's going on in the clip.
One of these days you're gonna hear, Danny, I see you.
I'm going to hear it without the headphones on. It's going to be right behind me.
Go.
Yeah, but we recorded a bunch, and these were the only two that had voices on them.
Right.
So you don't always get them, but we know there were no kids there, so that's what freaked us out.
Well, that's
You
cool.
know,
And room 11 is where these happened. And on one of the episodes that I saw with a local group that went down there, they had some experiences in room 11 too. So I think room 11 has the most activity.
Yeah.
I worked at a local mall, and it's haunted also, but only they don't like people to know.
Right.
And one night, I mean, sometimes they'll show themselves to you, and you can hear them talking to you. And I had this lady stop in front of me and ask me. She asked if I could help her, and I told her, yeah, just a second. And I was filling out a form, and then when I was finished, I looked up at her, and she's asking me one more time, and I turned to her, I go, okay, I can help you. And right when I looked at her, she faded out of view. But she was like talking to me, and she was a real person, you know. I mean, I ran so fast out of that mall.
It's a fashion fair, right?
Yeah.
Fashion fair.
Yeah. We were laying in bed, too, when we were in our room. My wife was watching TV, and I was reading a magazine, and I felt the sheets pull
what type of magazine?
At the foot of the bed.
Were you looking at the pictures in this magazine, Danny?
No. No, the sheets near my feet pulled.
Really?
And I looked at my wife. I thought she rolled over, and she hadn't moved. So, and then we also had somebody in one of the other rooms who said that somebody near the foot of her bed wiggled her toe. It went forward and then backwards and then forward again. And she kind of freaked out over that, too. She said she felt like somebody wiggled, like a little kid wiggled her toe when she was laying in bed.
Somebody wiggled her toe?
Yeah, while she was laying in bed.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much all that happened that weekend, though. We had a great time, though.
Is that all? Well, you're lucky, because people, they go and they get nothing.
For years, go
Yeah.
and get nothing.
Cool.
Pretty
Well,
cool.
that's awesome. I mean, it's, you know, we have fun doing what we're doing. I mean,
Yeah.
come on. You can't, you know, there are people out there that would give a lot to be in the position that we're at. They would. And, you know, one of these days, that's what our plan is as well. You know, we want to take you guys out with us, you know, to the mountains, and if there's some places that we want to go investigating, then you know, we'll get some people to go with us. Because I know there's a lot. We've been asked so many times, and it's hard, you guys. It's really
Maybe
hard.
we could do like a sweepstakes type thing, or like
a lottery.
yeah.
There you go, a lottery.
And the rest of the time, we'll just bring camera crews. We're working on that right now. Where everywhere we go, we bring like a crew that can, not like a big production, just a guy with a camera, and you know, follow us around, because it's pretty fun. Like, it would have been nice to have a guy with a camera when we were at Thule.
Right.
Those 2 times when
my
Bigfoot
God.
started screaming. I mean, just the look on everybody's face from the video would have been absolutely excellent.
Yeah, it would have been cool.
Yeah.
But
So it's not really usually as scary as they show it on TV. There's no scary music playing.
Right.
It's just you.
And you don't
Your
have to
senses
hear the
are heightened,
bonk. You know
so
how
can
they'll
hear everything
do
around you.
right.
on TV. They'll have something go smack, you know, and it's all put in there in editing, you know.
Yeah. So they all enhance noises.
Don't
make up
believe
noises.
everything you guys see on TV, guys. I'm just telling you right now. Don't believe everything.
You freak yourself out more than anything
Yeah,
else.
you do. Yeah.
That's true.
Right on. All right, Mr. Danny Valderrama, you are going to be not going to hear. You're not going to be here next Sunday. Well, that's
You're not. There's no show next week.
No,
No
yeah,
show
so you're
next
good.
Sunday.
Yeah, you're good. So it's all right.
Yeah.
No. But I'll tell
Have
everybody.
fun with your haunted house.
We will, dude. It's going to be fun. You'll be able to see it on the internet. So once
Yep.
it gets up there, you can go and laugh your what off.
Nobody comes out alive.
No. All right, Danny, dude. Thank you very much.
All right.
Talk to you
Bye.
later. See ya.
Bye.
All right. All right. That's Mr. Danny Valderrama. He just mentioned we're not going to have a show next week. And for all those who are new, and this is the first time, well, next Sunday is November the 1st, the day after Halloween. So we're going to try something new next week that we have never done before. But we have done, what I'm trying to say is we put on haunted houses here where we're at every year. And we don't charge. We started on a small scale many moons ago, and it has developed into a very large scale. And when I say large scale, you guys, I'm not talking like 30, 40, 50 people come in and get up and we have lines. And that's not, no. You know, we do it for the kids. and the adults as well, because the adults are the one that scream the loudest for some reason. I don't know, I don't get it, but they do. And we do it because, again, this is one of our favorite holidays, and we just like it's all part of paranormal, guys. We like scaring people. So what we're gonna do next week is part of the haunted house. Is we're taking the people through the studio, and we're going to fix up the studio, and it's going to be like, hopefully, if I can pull this off and my wife can pull this off together. I think your mic is buzzing, Alan.
Mine?
Yeah, and I think what there you go, better, and yep, you're good. And it's going to be like the like a haunted ride at Disneyland in a way. So I'm hoping I can pull this off, but it's going to be standing room. I'm not standing room only. They're going to come in here, stand, close the doors, and things are going to happen. And I'm going to put the video camera that we have right now, and I'm going to record everything in this particular room. And when it's done, then they're going to leave, and the next group is going to come in, and you're going to be able to see. I'm going to record them and the expressions they make if we can scare them. And we're going to replay that episode on Sunday instead of a live show. We're gonna play the 3 hours of scaring, if that's how much time we get for that day. I'm hoping it's not gonna rain, but so come back next Sunday, same time. You're not gonna see us, but you will see the studio totally tore up, and we're going to involve it into the haunted house part, and so there you go. So that's what we're going to do next Sunday. So I hope you guys tune in next Sunday, and I know you guys will. We're not going to play it live on Saturday because I don't want to take you guys away from your festivities on Saturday night. Taking the kids out, go get candy, and going to parties, that's what it's all about. So come back Sunday, get some popcorn, get some soda, get some beer, get some pizza, sit back, because I'm going to have the volume turned up, so when they scream, you're going to hear it. So if you can get this and put it on your TV set somehow and watch it on your TV, I would suggest to do it, because these people, I'm going to have stereo mics set up in here, so you're going to catch everything, and they're probably going to cuss. I guarantee you they're going to cuss. So it's up to you if you want to have your kids watch this, because they're gonna be cussing some what words. I guarantee you.
It's gonna be on live stream, right?
Right.
If you have Roku or a streaming like smart TV or anything like that, a game, Xbox, stuff like that, I think you can go on live stream on the on live streaming, and we've grown enough now where live stream now lets us our show be live. So like even right now, if you have a smart TV and everything, you could turn on your Roku or your whatever, and you can stream us live on your TV right now.
Or if you have a laptop, there is a connector on the laptop, and it's called RGB.
Sometimes it's HD, depending on...
Okay, on the laptop.
Yeah.
So if you have an up-to-date laptop, a brand new one, you'll have an HD plug-in for a cable. You can take that and plug it in. If you have a LED or a flat-screen TV, you have that capability now on those TVs. You have RGB or HD, connector. You can plug your laptop right into to that plug in your TV, guys, and you can watch whatever you're watching on your laptop on your TV now. Yep. Except the sound isn't there. You have to turn up the volume or listen on the earphones on your laptop. Or if you have a stereo surround sound, then take the ear out of your laptop and take it into the inputs on the back RCA cable of your stereo system, and then that way you can have that sound come out on your speakers. If you understand what I'm trying to tell you, you get a whole new way of watching anything now on your laptop. You can watch this stuff on your LED or flat screen TVs, because now they have that capability. So on your laptop computer, again, you'll have it's called RGB cable. You can go to Radio Shack, you can go to Walmart, and purchase the cable, and just plug the laptop right into into your TV, and go to the source, and then scroll down. You'll have TV, cable, your different inputs. And until you find the RGB, click on that, and boom, you can now watch it on your TV. So that's a good way of watching what we're going to show you next week, and have a great time, all right? So there you go. Okay, let's continue on.
I know I'll be watching.
Yeah, I will too, because I'm going to be in here monitoring everything with the lights, and I think I'm going to be dressed up as well, because if you want to scare, then I'm going to do it, because I have to. I'm going to scare the crap out of people.
You have a killer Bigfoot suit. Right now.
I don't know if I'm going to use that. I'm going to use something else. We have something that we're not going to tell anybody right now, but there you go. All right. Let's continue on with our Halloween special. Last week, a lot of people liked our show last week. We had, what's his name? Zachary.
Yep.
Was it Zachary?
Yeah.
No, last week, right? Yeah, Zachary King. A lot of people didn't agree with him.
Boy, they didn't.
Okay. I
got a ton of emails.
Yeah. There's no way we can bring people on here that everybody's going to agree on together. There's no way in the world. Right now, the things that we talk about here, a lot of people don't agree on what I say or what Ellen says. Well, you know what? There's nothing I can do about that.
Yeah.
But that's what this show is about. It's about bringing people in that have stories. We talk about everything here, whether it's the devil, whether it's angels, whether it's monsters, Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster, Chupacabra, aliens, UFOs. We talk about it all here. And if I find...
Conspiracies.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Conspiracy theories as well. And as a matter of fact, we're going to talk about that in a little bit. If we find something or somebody that I think it's going to do really well, then I'm going to do it. I'm going to bring them on here. And again, you guys might not agree, but I have to, because I think it's something that you need to know about.
And you're not going to, I'm not. But I got scolded by a bunch of people for not arguing with them, and standing up for what I believe in. I mean, it isn't all about me,
Well, what part were they?
Well, I mean, they rightfully so. They were saying that he
Go ahead, say it. Say it.
He's not really Christian. I mean, he's going by the law, I mean? Like, some of the things he was saying, and I wanted to, when he was saying them, I wanted to say something.
Right. Well, and you know what?
There,
and that's what I was trying to get at. Just because, you were a Satan worshiper, and now all of a sudden you come to the good side, dude, I'm sorry, but you're done. That's the way I feel.
No, you can be on this. You can be on the Satan side and come to the good side. I've known some people that have.
All right.
But then, like with this guy, he could be exactly what he was talking about, going in the Baptist church.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they plant people in there to disrupt and throw the teaching off, right?
Right.
Well, he was claiming to be Catholic,
right?
Okay? Anybody, if you follow, Jesus is the only answer. Jesus, that's it. It doesn't matter. Not Mary, not all the stuff that he was saying.
Right.
Purgatory, all that stuff. It's gone. There isn't no more none of that stuff, right? I mean, all you have to do is believe in Jesus. Everyone, murderers. Moses was a murderer. Everybody that was a good person in the Bible, David that slew Goliath, he wound up being going after other people's wives and then sending their husband out to get killed. So he's a murderer and also adulterer or whatever. But they turn out to be the heroes,
Right.
Because they did the right thing to save their self.
Right.
That's all we have to do. But only I think he was misleading people. But I'm not going to argue with people. You know what I mean? Like the guy come on. I think it's cool that he came on. I'm glad everybody doesn't agree with him. You know what I mean? That made me real happy.
Right.
But then I'm not going to go and defend myself to everybody that's sending me emails either.
Sure.
I'll be writing emails until today.
Exactly.
A whole week later.
And this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to cause controversy so we can make. So you need to think, all right, and try not. I mean, we're not trying to force things in on you guys. We just want you to think. Think for yourselves. We're trying to give you information that that you probably can't get anywhere else, and it's because we have the sources that we can go to, and we'll present it to you.
Yeah, and you don't even have to agree with us.
No, you don't have to agree
and
with us.
we're not going to argue with you
Oh,
either.
absolutely not. No, and we get slammed. Oh, my God, we get slammed. And at the very beginning, I don't want to say the beginning, about 3 years ago, we started getting slammed.
Yeah.
And hard. And now we're really, really getting slammed.
Yeah,
and it's because of different reasons. But
it gets pretty personal, too.
Yeah,
Real
it
personal.
is. But you know what? We have to live with it, is because now we're in the limelight. We're in front of everybody, and people are not going to like what we're doing. So be it. We have to take it. And I'm taking it. And so is Ellen. And so is everybody that I know, But nothing we can do about it. And we're going to keep doing what we're doing, whether you like it or not. And sometimes we're really going to get controversial. And there you go. So let's go ahead and talk about what Zachary said last week about the rock stars. Okay?
And we know that's true.
And
sadly.
I brought up the question that there are a lot of rock stars who don't have to be doing this anymore. And what I mean by doing this is touring. Is because they have a bank account that are in the millions. So you wonder, why continue? Sure, they could love what they're doing, but I think there's another reason. I went and I did some more research, and I want you to hear this audio. It's only 40 seconds long, from Bob Dylan on 60 Minutes, talking to I don't remember who. It's just the black commentator or reporter, and when you hear his voice, you'll understand where he's coming from. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to play the video with no audio on the screen, but then on my phone I'm going to play the audio so that way everybody at Art Bell can listen as well. Not going to let you. I'm going to bring everybody in on this. All right. So here we go. Hold on. All right. Go there. I'm going to pause this here. All right. Okay. Here we go. Listen, you guys. There and.
You're still out here doing these songs, you're still on tour.
I do, but I don't take it for granted.
Why do you still do it? Why are you still out here?
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I made a bargain with it, a long time ago, and I'm holding up my hand.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with the chief commander.
On this earth?
And on this earth, and then in a world we can't see.
Oh crap!
Bob Dylan has been nominated.
All right, let's.
He stops himself short and doesn't say the devil. Did you notice that?
Oh no, he can't say the devil, because then people would just, you can't. There's no way you can. Let me minimize this. Let me go this.
He isn't the only one that's come out and said that either.
Oh, not at all. Now, hold on.
I heard Willie Nelson say the same thing. Man.
Really?
80-something years old, and he was like, "I'm fulfilling my contract."
Oh, I don't. Okay, I'm gonna play it one more time. I didn't have the video up on the full screen for live stream, so let's go and do it again.
You're still out here doing these songs, you're still on tour.
I do, but I don't take it for granted.
Why do you still do it? Why are you still out here?
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I made a bargain with it, a long time ago, and I'm holding up my hand.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with the chief commander.
On this earth?
And on this earth, and then in a world we can't see.
All right, guys.
Bob Dylan has been nominated.
All right, that's coming from him, dude. Or sorry, didn't call.
When I was younger, I always wondered what made him famous, because I thought he sung.
Dude can't sing.
Right? Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
he can't sing, guys. I mean, from the very beginning, since I was born, and
He
I
sounded
heard,
like he was stoned when he said everybody must be stoned.
all right, okay, this is coming from now. Do you guys understand what I just played you, coming out of Bob Dylan's own mouth? You heard it. It was not manipulated in any way. This was on 60 Minutes.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
And you know who owns 60 Minutes? That chief commander.
Okay, so the stuff that we have been talking about, the Illuminati, rituals, Satan, it's who was he talking about? Bill Clinton? No. You know, Bush? No. He was talking about the chief.
He was saying, he said, the one in this world and the one you can't see. At the end.
Oh, yeah.
He said it was the chief commander of the world, this world, and the one you can't see.
All right.
You know what's cool? What a lot of people don't realize about this chief commander guy named the Devil is he lost something. He still has one thing, but he lost something. And it's something that we talk about all the time when we're helping people. We talk about authority, right?
Right.
Okay, he lost authority, but you have to know he did not lose power. He has his power. I mean, if he didn't lose his power, then he couldn't control him or anyone else. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
But that guy gave up his authority. He signed his authority over to him, and now the chief commander has power over him.
Okay.
See what I mean? So, but he doesn't have authority. You give up your authority. Everyone else has authority. A lot of people give it up without realizing they are, and that's the sneaky part of this guy. He'll woo you over.
At the very beginning, you might think you're getting the best freaking deal in the world. But at the very end, you know you effed up.
Yeah, but you can get out of it. The biggest lie in the whole world is once you signed it, it's done, sealed deal. You know what I mean?
And even Zachary was saying that no one can sell your. I mean, no one can sell your
That's
soul.
right.
And he even brought that up.
No, because Jesus, according to the Jesus and the Bible and everything, he went and shed his blood and bought us. Everyone in history, from the beginning of time, Adam, all the way till the last person.
And right now, you are pissing off so many people, Alan.
I know I am, but you know what? And I'll get a bunch of emails, but I can't help it. You know what I mean? I can't help it. But I'm not going to argue with Zachary over that point either. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I agreed with him, and I challenged him on a couple of things, but I wasn't going to sit and make it a big argument on the air. You know?
Okay. Well, unfortunately, we have to go here.
Yeah, I know. This is the one Jeff's going to cry tears. Okay. Yeah.
I'm all right. Katy Perry. Yes. Yeah. I know. Katy Perry is a freaking rock star. You guys, how big of a rock star is she? If you go to her YouTube videos right now, a lot of the top single videos are at above 1 billion views. Okay, let me stop. Brakes. 1 billion with the B views.
You know, and that means like
not 100 million, not 200 million, not 500 million, not 600 million, not 700 million, not 900 million, but 1 billion views.
It means 1/6 of the population of the world watched her video.
That is absolutely crazy. All right. Now,
Jeffrey has this thing that says, I want 1 million, but I'm not signing that deal.
No.
I'm going to earn it.
Here is Katy Perry talking.
Released a gospel record when I was 15 because I grew up in a household where all I ever did was listen to gospel music, and my parents are both traveling ministers, and so I kind of sang about what was going on in my life at 15, and that's how I got introduced to the music industry. I swear I wanted to be like the Amy Grant of music, but it didn't work out, and so I sold my soul to the devil.
Just think that
Boom. She said it.
She just said it just like that.
Just like that. She sold herself to the devil. All right.
Dang, like nothing. Like,
No.
I guess
No,
I'm
and it's more than one interview. She actually says it.
I know. Yeah.
Okay. Now, her videos, guys, go watch her videos. It's all there. It's absolutely all there. And today, I want to wish her a happy birthday.
Oh, it's her birthday?
It's her birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Katy Perry.
And use your authority and take your life back.
Now
that you're famous.
Now, let's talk about what happened a couple of days ago to Katy Perry.
Try to kill her.
All right. Does anybody, if you don't follow my wall, well, then obviously you don't know what happened to Katy Perry a couple of days ago. Her makeup artist, Jake Bailey, was found dead of apparent suicide.
That means she's trying to get out, probably.
I'm thinking so.
And they scare you back in.
Right. They 2 days ago, guys, 2 days right before her birthday, they took somebody away. Well, somebody on Facebook who follows us a lot, and she says, it's not right for you to go and blame. It just, come on, all of the connections are there. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's obvious, you guys. All right. Somebody who probably was very dear to her, and I haven't been, I'm on top of things, and I really haven't seen. Now we can go two ways because Eddie Chavez was talking about this with us as well, and he said, this is what he was telling me. He says that they took him out as a ritual to take her
to the next
level. And I was going, well, what do you mean? She had to give up something in order to go to the next level. And I'm going, well, she's already at the top of her game. And I'm going, well, stop. Now it's time to move from music to film. What if now she's going to be a movie star?
Oh, maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
Or she's trying to get out.
Or she's trying to get out. Absolutely. Now,
but usually if you try to get out, you're the one in the news. Like,
well, not well, you know what? Not as a major star as she is. There's no way they can take her out. She is bringing them,
I don't know,
billions.
They took out Michael Jackson. Just
well,
like that.
but you know what though? He wasn't at the top of his game anymore. I mean, yes, he had the back catalog, the whole 9 yards. But Katy Perry right now. I don't know where Michael Jackson's music videos are at. I don't know if they're in the billions, and I don't think they are, because
I know he was like one of the top.
Right, but I think Katy Perry is just doing extremely. I mean, how many #1 singles she is? You guys, she is one of the top rock and roll stars in the world. So there's no way she can try to get out. And what happened is they took somebody out close to her, and they're telling you this is what we can do. And I have a feeling now, since they took him out, they're probably threatening her with their parents. And they're probably saying, you want to get out, then we're going to probably take something else very, very dear close to you. And that is her parents. It's scary, you guys. Like I said, if you go and watch her videos, there's... Matter of fact, I want to pull this up.
Man, if you want some real scary stuff, read Donald Marshall about... I mean, he talks about they could make 50 clones of Katy Perry, and if you're a dirty old rich,
you can buy her.
Yeah, you could buy the clone and have your way with it, and even kill it if you want.
Now, you guys remember we
posted. What I mean, like ew.
We talked about Jim Carrey about 4 weeks ago. His girlfriend committed suicide. All right, what was Jim Carrey doing prior to this? He was making fun and mocking the Illuminati.
Yeah, he was
big time, guys. He was basically going against vaccinations. He was doing a lot. If you all don't remember, go to YouTube and type in Jim Carrey, Jimmy Kimmel, making fun of Illuminati. There are some videos on there. When he walks out on stage, he does. For all those who don't know what the Illuminati symbol is, you put your two hands together to create the pyramid. All right, with your fingers.
See, Eddie says Katie's not trying to leave, so she must be moving on.
He right away he said, you know what?
Right on, Ed.
Yeah, he says that it's a ritual to get her to the next point. And the only point I can think, Eddie, what do you think? Do you think to be a movie star? That's the only thing I can think of moving up is to be an actress. That's what I think. Because she is basically She's nominated.
I agree with the other guy too. He says Katie's leading millions of children to.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, you want to know who else is
the
leading
road.
down the road? Okay, let's continue on with the Illuminati guys. All right. What other star right now, you guys, that is female, very much younger than Katy Perry, blondie, short?
And Eddie says, yeah, and more.
Oh, I don't know what can more be, but she's a multi-gazillionaire as it is right now. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know how high you can go, but
Maybe she's
maybe a
power.
power, a dark. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. All right, how about this girl here? And I know you guys know. I'm going to put her up right there. Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Taylor Swift is, as a week ago, it came out in Forbes magazine and all these big magazines right now. If you want to book her in a concert, it's going to cost you $1 million. That's what her fee is right now. She is making $1 million a day on the road. That's swear to the big guy, God, you guys. She is making $1 million right now. If you went and saw her at the 2013 Brit Awards, she came out and she did, a song. And obviously when these big rock stars do songs, they are accompanied by dancers and backdrops. She did this one song, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show it to you, sort of, kind of right here. For a little girl, I'm showing it to you guys right now on my screen, but I'm going to talk about it. Okay, matter of fact, I'm going to stop that right there. All right. I mean, look at, what do you see there? I see a gate, a demon on top, and it's like the gate to hell. I mean, look at the fire. I mean, doesn't that look like it? All right. I don't care
what CERN is trying to open.
And I don't care what song you have or what song you write about. You don't have gates and hell in your music and your lyrics, but here you look at that. All right. Now, the next thing, as soon as that so-called gate opens, then it shows you the inside of this gate, and they're gonna open it up right now, and it's gonna be like a subliminal thing, and they're gonna move away from it, but it's very you have to catch it because it's very dark, and it's like, I mean, look at that fire, gates. It looks very satanic, like a ritual. It does. Look at this. Now, that's the video. You can go to YouTube and watch this at the 2013 Brit Awards. Right? A lot of people were saying this was the ritual for her to come out. I mean, okay. Now, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you, and you can go and take this for whatever it's worth. But as soon as the gate opened up and it showed you the inside, this is what it was in the inside, right here to the left. And in the middle is a symbol of Satan, I guess you could say. And don't you see the resemblance from the middle picture to the left picture?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's all subliminal. They can't come out and put the face of Satan or the devil on there, because that's just too in your face. This is a way where they can do it subliminally, if I'm pronouncing it right, and not really shove it down your throat. But here it is. Okay?
You want to know something about this symbol? In some of my research on ancient people that was before the flood, right?
Okay.
That we don't know much about at all.
The Nephilim, or
and that's what they were called. They were giants, and they would find them all over the place, and they're actually finding artifacts with that symbol. Okay. Way back, I mean, they have some that are like pyramids with the 13 steps on it, with an eye, and if you put it under a black light, the eye glows with these symbols. Okay, now, and they're saying they're 5,000 years old. The archaeologists are saying they're 5,000 years old. And some of the metal or whatever that they make some of these things out of,
right,
you can't make it in our atmosphere how it is today before or after the flood. It can't be made now, but it could be made prior to the worldwide flood thing.
Ooh.
So and almost all of it they're finding. And what's really weird, and who's in charge? Okay, this really tells you they started finding these skulls and actual, skeletons and big giant heads, and and you can't find them now. There's hardly any of them. The only one who's got them is L.A. Marzulli and Richard Shaw and those guys. They've been looking into this stuff, and the other guy too, the Ron Moorhead. But they in the early 1900s, late 1800s, they were finding these things, right? The Germans were, and a lot of the Germans were out looking for these things. All that stuff disappeared. They found it in Catalina Island. You can't find, all you can find is one picture. In Ohio, they found it all over the world. China, Japan, everywhere. These giants, right? With these symbols, they call it Sanskrit. And nobody can understand the language itself. They couldn't read it. And this Sanskrit language, it was like, okay, like now the Bible says everybody pre-flood was, before Babylon, was all one language all over the world. Right. And then when in Babylon they got Babylized or whatever.
Tower of Babel. Right.
Yeah, and they call it Babel because it was Babel, but only that isn't really what the real meaning is. It's something else, meaning power or something like that. But only after that, and then the world got really, really bad, and they were messing around with everybody's DNA, animal DNA. And they say now today is going to be, or the end of the times of what in the future, I guess, or now for us, is going to be like those days, right? And it would be that technology would be advanced, and we're seeing all those little signs that they tell us, all of them. Right. We're all seeing it right now. But what's really weird is all this stuff you're showing with that symbol that you showed in that gate,
right?
That could be as high as 10,000 years old, and finding it in all kinds of different countries all over the world. Right. And it's over 5,000 years old, and they're still using it today. So whoever it is today that is in power and control, and these guys are signing contracts with, is the same people, because they're using the same stuff,
right?
They're using the pyramid with the eye. They're using the same symbolism as was used 5 or 10,000 years ago. And it's weird to me, and they some of this stuff that you didn't even find until 2005. Some of these symbols and stuff, and you can look it up. You can go on, you could check what I'm talking about on Google. And it'll blow your socks off. And sometimes I want to put it on Facebook, and only it's too much. When I put it on Facebook, it really is too much for everybody.
Yeah, we get mocked big time, guys. And because, again, people don't watch our shows, and they go by what we talk about on Facebook. So they have no idea of the past information that we have presented on this show that backs up what we put on Facebook. You can't do that. You have to watch our shows. And it's really bugging me, because I'm talking to people that follow us on Facebook.
Us,
they're like, where are you getting this information, you guys? It's a bunch of bull crap. Yeah. I'm going, well, did you watch our last show? No. Have you seen any of our shows? Oh, you have a show? Yeah. Really? That's what I get. You have a show? I have 5,000 friends on my 4,999 or something, and they say, you have a show? What are you talking about? What show? I'm going, really? I'm going, really? That just ticks me off. I hope, though. All right.
He wound the spirits up in this place.
Whoa. They're all over the place. Okay, let's continue on. I have on here now. I may. I don't want to say I made. I'm not going to be a predictor. I don't predict things. All right, but because what we do here on Paranormal Central is we Alan and I, we have common sense.
Or we try to.
All right, and we follow a lot of the things that are going on out there, and it includes politics. All right. And this is considered conspiracy theories, because if we talk about 9/11 and the Pentagon and the planes and all that, it's all considered conspiracy theories because of what people say happened or didn't happen. Our government, they can do whatever they want and whenever they want, right? I finally caught on with this conspiracy stuff. All right. Now, if you follow me on Facebook, then you probably know my political party. And if you don't already, well, then I don't know, where have you been? But this really hit me when the Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky fiascos occurred. When Bill Clinton was...
I think it blew his mind.
When Bill Clinton was in this deposition to talk about the Monica Lewinsky that one day, when everybody knew that, oh my God, it's this day, and all the media and everybody was, not looking forward to it, but knew this day was coming. Something happened on that day. When you're the president of the United States, you can make people do things. And I'm talking about the military, because you are the commander in chief. Do you remember? Do you remember when that day he decided to have our military shoot a rocket? And I don't know where it went, Afghanistan or something like that, and it hit a building, a pharmaceutical building. Supposedly was not an actual pharmaceutical building. It was supposed to have, I don't know, spies or whatever, military, maybe bombs or whatever. And he authorized that rocket shoot the morning of his deposition. And what happened is that allowed all of the media to turn and focus all of their energy on this rocket that was getting shot off at this particular building. Now, recently, on this past Thursday, guys, Mrs. Clinton was at her deposition about the emails. You guys all know that. And the day before, on my Facebook wall, I said, and I'm going to put it up right now. This is what I said. I said, my prediction, I had my little glowing globe, and I went and I put my fingers on it, and I said, my prediction for tomorrow, for October the 22nd, there will be a very big news story, false flag, or major disaster that would take over the news network to bury the story of Hillary Clinton. The following day, Obama authorized a raid, which I guess they went in and they rescued some 70 hostages that were being held by ISIS. Unfortunately, during this raid, one of our U.S. soldiers was killed. Did you guys hear about that day? No. Now, let me tell you my theory and why. This was just like back then when Bill Clinton authorized the rocket shoot. I believe the conspiracy here was Obama authorized this to take the focus away from Hillary Clinton to focus on this. But the only problem is that one of our soldiers was killed. The media is right now, and you guys probably all know, whether you're Democrat or Republican, the media loves Obama. He cannot do anything wrong. Well, they could not focus on the story. Why? Because one of our soldiers got killed. Obama authorized that to occur. So they could not really focus on this story. So they had to continue focusing on the Hillary story. All right?
Thank goodness.
What? Oh, well, yeah. I mean, so that's why
she needs all the focus she could get right now.
So right now, that occurred, and I don't know if you guys understood what happened that day. And I'm telling you, that's what happened that day. That military raid occurred. And to me, it was to take the focus off of Hillary. But minor the setback was one of our soldiers got killed.
So they don't want to plaster that all over.
Oh, no, God, no.
So they had to stay focused on
Yes.
Hillary, which
Yes.
where the focus needs to stay.
Yes.
She needs to be hung.
Okay.
I mean, serious. I mean, treason in the United States, they used to hang people. Our whole government, they probably all signed a deal with the same dude that,
well, I mean,
what's his name, the musician,
Yeah,
you know, everybody got stoned. Well, everybody got signed in our government, and it hurts me to say that, because back when I was growing up, I grew up in the flag waving, you know, and I used to march around out there at the air base with my little Air Force uniform and all this stuff. And I mean, I was totally 100%. I mean, if I was 2 years older, I would have went in Vietnam, and I would have signed up for Vietnam. Just because I was that guy, right? I was all American or whatever. But then when my eyes started opening up after I traveled around the world. That's where my eyes got opened up. Was like, we are bullies. Everybody in the world is a bully. Now, when I got in Africa, okay, and I seen how these people live, and I wasn't rich when I went over there. I had like $200, right? But only I could change in this one country $40, and it gave me almost 7,000 of their currency. Okay, you got to understand that the average household made $50 a month of their currency. Okay, so at I went and changed in $40 of mine, and I had $7,000. I had to almost put it in a safe. But then I found out as I'm traveling around with my camera every day, the soldiers or the cops would put a gun in my face and hold me up and steal the money from me, right? So I started carrying, I had like money that I'm going to spend in this pocket, and I had money that I was going to have taken from me by their cops and their soldiers. But then I found out the diamond mines, the gold mines, the chocolate factories, everything that was ran there that was a big business did not belong to Africa. It belonged to Holland. It belonged to Belgium. It belonged to the United States. It belonged to Great Britain. It belonged to France. Nothing belonged to them. And so they're making $50 of their currency, which was pennies, to our currency, which is the standard around the world. It's almost like Mexico. You go down there, you know, and you have $40, and all of a sudden you're rich. You know, you can party all night on $2.
Right.
But I found out that we're the bullies. We go over there and we own everything, and then we pay them nothing, absolutely nothing. They don't have electricity. They don't have cars. They don't have everything that we have. They don't have. And we're the ones that could change it anytime we want, anytime. These rich people in the world, corporations and everything, they could change it anytime they want. And I hear from our people, our very own Americans, I leave the politics to the politicians. And you know what? Nothing is going to change if everybody that's American leaves all the politics. I mean, I'm going to go vote. I'm voting, you know. Your vote hardly even counts.
You know,
But only we have to. If we got loud enough, if everybody could get together on some things, they're scared of us. But right now, they're using the media and the internet and Facebook and all this other stuff to keep us separated, divided, and fighting over every little stupid issue. And I just sit back and just go, wow. You know, I mean, everybody needs to go travel around the world and go to some third world countries and see what I mean about bullies. And how we even us, I mean, we come over here and pay outrageous for cable, right? Outrageous for a light, to have the lights that you need. I mean, we think we need them, but in other countries, I guess you really don't. You know what I mean? we think we need to be able to turn on the shower and have hot water whenever we want. I guess in some countries it doesn't really matter, because you go over there and you don't, And then, like in one hotel, they had it. It was like, oh my God, it cost me, I think it was $55 of their money a night, and we couldn't share a room. Otherwise, we would have really went on the cheap. Because two men couldn't share a room because of AIDS. AIDS is killing everybody over there, right?
Right.
And I even thought about that. Like, don't you think that maybe these are guys, government officials of every country, are getting together in the rich people, and they're making AIDS, and they put it over there, hoping maybe it might spread over here too?
Well, that they have meetings every year. The
Right, the G20,
the G20, the Bilderbergs, all that.
I probably just put a big old huge target on me, But I'm passionate about it, and I get more upset with people that don't do anything. Right. And voting's a big deal to them, or they're fighting over if I'm a Democrat or a Republican, or it doesn't matter. It's like, what was it? Right wing, left wing, it's the same bird. You know what I mean? It's the same bird. Doesn't matter if you're right wing or left wing. You're still belong to the same bird, and the same brain, and that bird is controlling those wings. So, I probably should shut up. That's enough for me for conspiracy.
Tonight, when you're walking up your front door to the driveway, you can hear.
They better watch out. I got one.
We will
too.
be taking emails for a new co-host. Dude, now see, I have no proof of this. When I started doing this, when I knew we were moving up in the ranks, all right, is when we knew things were happening to us as far as, and I know it's hard to believe, you guys, but it's actually happening to us to a certain extent, where we're being followed.
Even when we were little, young nothings, we were being followed.
Yeah.
Only because of where we were going.
Yeah, we were.
We were checking some stuff out.
We were, especially here in Fresno, California.
Yeah.
We were finding things that some people did not want us to know about.
And we left it alone, and they've pretty much backed off too.
Right. But some things like, for example, Bigfoot. All right, you guys who watch us know we believe in this creature, whatever it is. And there are places that we can go now where the U.S. government cannot set foot on. And that's Native American land.
Actually, true.
Well,
that's true, really.
Unless they call in for assistance, like FBI or whatever, right? Okay.
Well, actually, the feds can go on the land.
Okay.
Because the feds actually own the land. I mean, it's
so they're,
because it's in federal trust.
Got it.
See what I mean? And
right.
the government's not stupid.
Right.
And they said, okay, you guys, this is your land, and we'll put it all in federal trust, and no county, city, or any local anything can make you do anything. But like, if they want to have a casino, they have to go make a deal.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Money, a little bit of money here.
And they have to.
Money.
They make a deal with the dude. And if you can ask any Native American, and they'll tell you that is like, all they had to do is disarm the Native Americans, and look at what they did to them. When they ran them all over the place, they made them walk 2,000 miles. My wife, I mean, her family, and mine too. Really, I don't, I don't think about it. They do more than I do because they're like way more connected to it. But the what do they call that? Where they marched them in the winter. Even they didn't even wait till summer and marched them all the way from Georgia all the way to Oklahoma, and put them in there. Put them there. Wasn't even their place,
right? So that, well, anyways, God, now I lost my train of thought. Hey, damn it! It's the drugs and all the alcohol I'm drinking, guys. I tell you, yeah, whatever.
Right, yeah. No, but only I think you're talking about how the Native Americans have their. Like,
oh yeah, Bigfoot. we are on the verge. I mean, now we have to wait until spring, which is a bummer.
Not really, but only on that land.
On that land.
Yeah.
Well, no, on this land too, only because now that they close the gates, we can't go in there.
No, but we got the lowlands still.
Oh, yeah, true. Very true. And they're probably going to come down because
yes,
they want
to. Yes, they are.
Okay.
They'll be real hungry this year.
And so anyways, we have a very good chance, you guys. I swear we do. We have a very good chance of getting some great stuff for you guys. And remember, we're investigators. We go out in the field. We meet people. People come to us. A lot of people come to us because our name is getting out there. And they're telling us where to go. All right? And that's why we are getting this great stuff for you guys, because they are telling us where to go. And that's why we are being followed. My 24-hour hotline that I have, I've had that going on since I first started the Sanger Paranormal Society. So I've been paying monthly on an extra iPhone phone number since probably 2004, 2005, going on 10 years now, out of my own pocket. I feel that our government or whoever's watching us is they're letting us do what we're doing
so far.
Okay. It's because so we can help them figure out what's really going on in the air above us, and the airs above us. And what I mean by that is we used to get a lot of UFO reports. A lot.
Yeah, we did, huh?
It was a lot. And we thought it was them, our government, with their top secret spy planes and whatever they had, the TR-3Bs. But for some reason, we were getting a lot of calls and a lot of UFO reports. And then what would happen 5 minutes later, 4 minutes later, we would see all these helicopters, and I would have people call me, tell us about, white vans and black SUVs heading to that location. Like, our government didn't know something popped in and popped out of view, and they were using us or the phone to find out where these things were happening. And
you know what else was the triangles. Somebody would say, "There's a triangle," and it would take time for us to do the call. We would do whatever, chase down the thing, and maybe it might be like 20 or 30 minutes before everybody on Facebook got alerted to it, and then everybody's like, where? And then they go outside, and by that time, maybe an hour had transpired,
right.
And then some jets would fly over in a triangle formation with red blinking lights, right?
And you want to know something? When that first started to happen, I said to myself, these people, that's what they're seeing. That's what they're witnessing is this triangle, jets in formation of a triangle.
But they weren't saying that. They were saying something real low.
Low, and I'm going, well, no, I see it for myself. There it is right there. Three jets in a triangle formation. That's there it is. That's what you witnessed. And they were on the phone arguing with me.
Yep.
Jeff, I'm not stupid. This is what we saw.
Right.
Until later on, I said, holy smokes. Whatever was flying over our heads in Fresno, California, either it was ours and our government was pretty much had been doing this for such a long time, people were not looking up until we came into the picture and started telling people, look up. They started looking up, then they started calling us, and we were witnessing what was flying over Fresno. Sometimes, majority of the time, they were ours. All right, I can tell you that right now. It was our secret stuff. TR-3Bs and whatever we had, size of aircraft carriers, they were flying over Fresno. But there was some stuff that would fly over Fresno that would be preceded by our jets from the 144th Fighter Wing in Fresno, California, take off chasing after these things.
Yeah, and they would drop like orbs. And the orbs would split up and then split the jets up.
Right. And people would call me telling me, Jeff, are you outside seeing what I'm looking at right now? And a lot of times I could not because I'm behind some trees and I could not. But when you have 5, 6 people call me all witnessing the same thing, and back when I was in that room over there, I remember it was your sister who was one of them. You know, I got all those people on the phone, and they were telling everybody on the air exactly what just happened.
Right.
And it was awesome.
And then, like, what was the one guy's name? I won't say his last name. Mike, from the military.
Right.
And he was on medical.
Right.
And first he was all with us, you know, telling us and jets this and that, you know, and he was our best observer, you know, most qualified, I guess you could call it. And then all of a sudden, no, he shut up. It was like, what happened? You know, he's like, they told me they're cut off his medical.
Right.
It was like, what? The government would cut off the vet's medical if he told us one more thing.
So anyways, people are watching us now. You guys have all. I've mentioned somebody's name on this show several times, various times. His name is Robert Thorson. Mm-hmm. Right. We fell into a little. How do we say it? Him and I disagreement. All right. He decided to go with somebody in Northern California to start up another show, and they were going to take our name, and they were going to go up against us on the same time slot, the whole 9 yards, right? So I defriended
the same name.
Same name. They stole our name, guys. Seriously.
Yeah.
Until I had to go trademark it, and I trademarked Paranormal Central, so it belongs to me now.
They still own the .com.
Right. Yeah. In matter of fact, I still have it saved, and Anthony said, "You want it? $10,000."
Yeah.
I said, "Okay." So I went .net. So, anyways, I've told you guys, you know, Robert Thorson. He can't work anymore because he had a motorcycle crash at a younger age, so he's on benefits and I don't know, welfare, but Social Security or whatever it is, and he's getting money from the government, and he can't work anymore because of his disability.
It's the same as me. I get the same thing.
Okay.
But I mean, they haven't told me to shut up, or they're not paying me yet.
Well, if they did that, it would be news.
True. Because
Okay.
I'd tell everybody.
Oh my God.
You know.
We would. So I don't think you guys want to do that. Anyways, Robert Thorson has been looking at the skies way before me, before I started doing this. So he has been one night. I guess he saw something in the sky, and it piqued his interest. And ever since then, he has been outside on the roof of his house
every night
in the cold and videotaping things in space and in our atmosphere and over our skies in Fresno, California. He started doing this on a daily basis, years and years and years. He became incredibly, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but the guy was I called him a genius when it came to using a video camera.
That he is.
At nighttime, even.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the guy can run down the street holding a video camera like this, and his thumb can be, zooming, focusing, and he can get
changing settings.
Oh my God, dude! This guy was just unfreaking believable. He has gotten some great stuff on his video camera, and he has a lot of YouTube videos out there right now on YouTube. He takes videos of whatever's in the sky that looks weird to him. So a lot of the stuff is regular airplanes, but some of the stuff cannot be identified, and they're just weird. Now,
I mean, he's been on the news, local news.
Oh yeah,
quite a few times. And then when they come to video us about UFOs, we would take them to his house, and we've done shows with them.
I'm not going to, this guy has given us some great footage, and I'm not going to deny his. I'm going to put him in front of the camera because he deserves it.
Yeah, he does.
All right, because the guy's good. Now, about a month and a half ago, that Alan, it's been about a month and a half ago, maybe.
About a month or so.
Okay.
Yeah. About right after I got out of the hospital, he went in.
We got word that Robert Thorson was in an accident, and he was on his bike, and he got hit by a car. And at that particular time, we said, okay, no problem. He's probably fine, and he's probably okay. Well, no, that wasn't the case at all. Mr. Robert Thorsten was put in the hospital. Now, they say he got hit by a car. This is the kind of damage this guy had. Now, you're going to have to help me out here, Mr. Allen. He broke some ribs, right? Punctured lung, I think.
Punctured lung, broken ribs, and his camera hand, pinky, broken. I mean, he got.
I'm showing you.
See how his pinky hand is.
I'm showing you a picture of him.
Broken.
I've had pictures of him. And I erased him. He was in an induced coma, I think, because of the swelling or something. But anyways, he had tubes down his throat. This guy was in bad shape. Now, this is what happened. His parents were out of town. He lives at home with his parents, okay? And his parents they were on vacation, I think. And Robert was supposed to pick him up at the airport. He never showed up. So they had to take a cab from Fresno Yosemite Airport to his house over near Fruit and Shaw. And as they arrived, they noticed that the newspaper was still in the driveway, which they found very odd. And they sensed something wasn't right. They saw his bike. They found his bike in the driveway, if I'm not mistaken, correct, Alan?
It was in the porch.
It was on the porch. And it was in good condition, except for a minor bent, right?
A bent fender, I think. They said rear fender.
And that was the only damage.
Actually the only
damage on his bike. Okay, now check it out. So his mom started calling hospitals, doctors, or whatever, and they found him at a hospital. So they go down there and they find his son in critical condition.
Yeah.
All right? He was bad, you guys. He was bad. And they asked him what happened. And he says he got hit by a car. And his dad said, I saw your bike on the porch. There's nothing wrong with it. And his father was dumbfounded. Like, wait a minute. He just said he got hit by a car. Well, I'm looking at my son. He's got a tube down his throat. He's got a broken hand, broken ribs, the whole 9 yards. Don't you think there would have been more damage to that bike than just a bender? So that was really, something was not right. And I guess what happened, so this is what I think Robert told, did Robert tell you this, Alan? That he didn't know how he got to the house. He
doesn't remember.
He doesn't remember how getting.
There's no recollection.
Okay. He was sitting on the gutter.
That's only something I read on his,
and
everybody that's really close friends with him, like me,
right,
have been trying to get more information out of him. We can't even. He doesn't remember. Okay. I mean, that's what he says. He does not remember.
Okay, now the story is going to get even weirder, and now we're talking conspiracy, guys. Here we go. You ready? Yeah, that's right, baby. Here we go. They said he was sitting in the gutter, on the gutter there, and an ambulance drove by just by coincidence, and picked him up and took him to the hospital. But he doesn't remember how he got to the hospital or how he got to the house. First of all. Now, Alan and his friends have asked him what happened, and he can't remember. He said he got hit by a car, supposedly. But that doesn't make sense if you look at the damage on him and the damage to the bike. Now, Mr. Thorsten has been getting death threats for the past year or so, and it had started to get even worse now. And let's think about the death threats. Why would people be threatening him? And the only thing I can think of is because of his specialty of videotaping object in the sky. Now, you guys, if you guys have been watching our show, the past 3 weeks, 4 weeks, we've been telling you that we believe something is coming in from space. People are saying Nibiru, Planet X, an asteroid, a meteor. As a matter of fact, NASA has just said that we have a meteor coming in on Halloween night, an asteroid that's supposedly I don't know, 2,000 feet long. That is for real. It's going to be a near, I don't want to say a near miss, but it's going to be close by. I don't know how many thousands of miles or millions of miles, but we're going to have one Halloween night. A lot of people have been videotaping so-called a weird light in the sky, a weird planet near the sun, and you know, they've been placing it on YouTube and on Facebook. A lot of them are lens flares. I know what lens flares
yeah,
are.
a lot of them are.
A lot of them are. But there are some that just, whoa, wait a minute. That is not a lens flare. Can that be a planet? I don't know. To this, Alan has been trying to get Robert to come on the air. I don't think he got hit by a bike.
A car.
A car, excuse me. I think something happened, and they took him aside, and they kicked the you-know-what out of him.
He may have been following something with his camera at that point. I mean, it might have been that night he was following something.
Okay, and they took him out.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he went to the city. He said he was going to the store, but it doesn't. He carries his camera everywhere.
Everywhere, right?
I mean, if he was capturing some kind of government thing, and those people in the vans might have just, you know.
Let's think about
this.
this. Let's think about this. His parents were not there.
Right.
Right.
It would be like a good time to get him.
Exactly.
You know.
All right. That's what my theory is. Robert will not come on the air to talk about this. He's scared. I don't think his story is the story that happened to him, that he's giving everybody about getting hit by a car. 'Cause I don't know, you know, the damage. I mean, if you guys, I had pictures, but I erased them. And he had pictures of, I guess his mom took some pictures of him in the bed with a tube down his throat. And just, I mean, he was in bad freaking shape. All right. All those pictures are gone now from his wall.
Yep.
We just went. I wanted to show them to you. Alan, because I have him blocked from me, Alan went on to his wall. And he said, Jeff, all the pictures are gone. I went, huh? And then Alan goes, let me go to his mom's wall. And this was the only picture we found on his mom's wall. The wall, but on his photo gallery. Something doesn't sound right to me here. And like I said, I've told you guys, I really talk this guy up. I don't hold anything back. This guy's really good at videotaping whatever that's in the sky with his right hand. Look at his right hand now.
Yeah.
Yep. He's out of commission, man.
Yes, in fact, he's been having a hard time videotaping.
Wow, you think?
He put a tape up, though, day before yesterday, and it was in orbit. I mean, because it was in space, and I think it was a iridium flare type thing. I don't know if you guys know what that is. Skywatcher people know. It'll be something tumbling like a satellite out that's an old satellite or a piece of space junk.
Okay.
And it'll be rotating in space, and it'll like flash you know, and it's moving, but only every time that a face of it
hits the sun,
it'll
right.
reflect down and you'll see it, and then the rest of the time you can't see it.
Right. Okay.
But it'll be like, and a lot of times if they're stuck in, if it's one that I can't remember what the orbit's called, but it's like a stationary orbit. It'll happen in the same spot, you know. It'll be, or they'll be like, sometimes they adjust satellites, and as it's adjusting, it'll flash, you know, and it'll give you. They call it an iridium flare, but I think that's what he saw. I think that's what he recorded.
Okay,
but only still good stuff.
I mean, the guy
really
gets
good.
some great footage, you guys. If I could hold on, if I would have had kept all the stuff that he has sent me as far as photographs, and I didn't, because they were all on my old laptop, and the old laptop is gone. But the guy has gotten some great stuff. But there's a lot
of good stuff. If you go to King, let's see.
Yeah, like 3 or 4.
King Thor or Kid Thor on YouTube. He has a lot of good videos. A lot of it is going to be airplanes and stuff, but a lot of it's not. Yeah, and a good friend just came on chat, Bloviating Zeppelin. And I want to tell everybody, like, on here, he has a blog. And I've been following his blog for a long time. He has really good, I mean, if you want conspiracy theory stuff and you want to know what's really going on, like in some areas, check out Bloviating Zeppelin. And all you have to do is just Google that and go to his blog and check it out, because it's some good stuff. I mean, especially like on gun laws. And I can tell you, I'm not going to say who he is or anything, but I could tell you he's in the know about it. And if he's telling you this is where we're at in the gun grab and all that, this is where we're at in the gun grab, okay? So, like, just a heads up, like, for some, I know we have some people out there that they eat this stuff up, and, you know,
right. And
go check it out.
And there are some people who think we're absolutely out of our freaking mind.
Drink the Kool-Aid
government
and
are
bump
not
our
going to
head.
come in and take your guns. That's just absolutely ludicrous. That will never happen. No how. You
They're
guys
trying
are
hard.
smoking the crack.
They're trying hard to
Right.
take our guns,
Yeah.
man. And you know, it's really, a lot of people think that it's only lately, like this president. Bull. They've been trying to grab our guns. I mean, when I was a teenager, my dad was a sheriff, and he taught the hunting class, right? So that you could get your hunter license.
Right.
And a lot of it was like, you know, you had to pass, you know, a little bit of target shooting and
Right.
stuff like that. And they used to help him teach it. And even way back then, we were talking about, I mean, people in the sheriff's department and in the military were talking about, you know, like, buy some guns and break them all down and oil, you know, wax the wood really good and wrap them up in saran wrap really good, like maybe 5 layers. And then pack everything in grease, all the metal parts in grease, put them in a box. You know, wrap those up after you pack it in grease. Wrap it in saran wrap. Make it all waterproof, and then pack it and put it in a wooden box and put it in the ground and save it for when they come and take your gun. I mean, they thought that was happening way back then in the 70s, you know, in the 80s, early 80s. Right. So,
you know, we have a website, guys. Paranormalcentral.net. Let me take Robert Thorsten off the screen now. I think everybody.
If they take our guns, then they could tell us anything. Internet going down outside, and it looked like somebody just yanked the wires all apart from what I read.
Right. Okay, we're back up, you guys, on live stream.
And now Keith's thing went down. You know, a whole city or some, you know, a whole half of the country. And he couldn't even do a backup video. Okay. I was like, wow.
So, where I was at before, I was letting you guys know we do have a website, paranormalcentral.net. All right, paranormalcentral.net. We have some links on there, some of back investigations, some photographs of Bigfoot, all that kind of cool stuff if you guys want to go and check it out. Now, that's a good way to go and check us out when we go live on Sundays at 6. Either you can go to live stream or you can go to the Dark Matter Network, digital network, and listen to us at Art Bell. We have a form, a contact form, that people sometimes they have questions, and if you have some questions that you want us to answer, by all means fill out the form. It's really easy, 3 little steps, and boom, you're there. And the form will go directly to me in my email. I will get it, and if it's for somebody other than me, then I will send that form to Ellen, Danny, or Heidi, and I will give it to them, and I'll let them go ahead and answer it. So right now, we had 3 people go and fill out the form while we were on the air, and I'm just going to read what they say. This one is from Randy. Randy, the opening subject is the opening music. Hello, I like the song that opened the show. Who does that song? Good question, Randy. Their name is Possessed Tranquility. There is a link on paranormalcentral.net that will take you over to photographs of them and links to go purchase that song on iTunes.
Or album.
They have several albums out. They are the official house band of Paranormal Central, and I will let you know what that means here in a couple seconds. We'll go there. Let's go there right now. No, let's not go there right now. Let me go to the next form. And we got another one. It is from Maurice Devitt, D-E-V-I-T-T. Subject, love your show. Hello, guys. I get your show on the Dark Matter Digital via TuneIn Radio. Love the program content. You fellows are really clued in on what's going on in the world. By the way, about me, 46 years old, east coast of Ireland.
Yes.
in the
Hello,
county
East Coast of
meet
Ireland.
Dublin nearby.
Yeah.
Give me a shout out on your next broadcast. Well, I just did. Maurice Devitt from Ireland. Thank you for filling out that form. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks for tuning in on TuneIn.
Absolutely. And the next one is from John Laptop. He just give. We were talking about the RGB and the HDI cable. You can run a speaker because we were talking about audio.
Right.
And his suggestion is you can run a speaker wire from the headphone out of the laptop to the input on the flat screen TVs. The input is near the RGB plug-in spot, and it's a little home with green around it. A little hole with the green around it.
Okay, kind of like on the back of a computer.
I also think if you have the HDMI, it will carry the sound through that one cable, and I think you're right on that. So I think it's either a 16th of an inch or an 1/8 of an inch cable, mail in on both ends, and that's what he's talking about.
Just go to your nearest hardware or electronics store and ask for a headphone jack. They know what it
there you
is.
go.
It's an 1/8 inch, I think.
1/8 inch.
Say a headphone jack to RCA or headphone jack to headphone jack.
Right.
If you're going in the little green thing on your TV.
The input.
Or computer.
Right.
Yeah.
So, okay. Now, going back to the song, for those who don't know, the opening track is called The Unexplained. Oh, excuse me. And it's called The Unexplained by Possessed Tranquility. What do you mean we have our own in-house band? Well, this week I am handing over the first 2 episodes to the Fox Network here in Fresno, California. And they are going to give us a date and time at the end of November to start airing our 9 episodes on TV. And finally, and the reason why we've been taking a long time is the closed caption. We thought we could do it on our end, but we can't. So we're gonna let them do it on their end. So I had to pay money to have that happen. So so that's gonna happen. The closed caption, we're getting it put on the episode, and they're gonna give us a date at the end of November. For all those people who are here in Central California, you will be able to see it on TV starting next month. And I'm hoping, and I think the reason why they wanted us to put closed caption is they're going to send the episode and they're going to input it in their data availability system, which Sinclair Broadcasting owns a lot. And I mean a lot of TV stations, whether it's Fox or the CW or NBC or ABC or CBS. And they're going to put this in there. If they wish to grab it and air it, they can. When we had our first episode and we shot it, 4 years ago or something like that, they did exactly the same thing. And we found out that a couple of the networks around the country saw it and aired it, because our numbers went up at that point in time. So that's the band so what are you talking about, Jeff? TV? I don't understand. Well, we're taking what we have here and we developed a talk show where we have our in-house band, like Jimmy Fallon has and Jimmy Kimmel and all those guys, right? And we have guests. We come in and we talk. We sit them down on the couch and they talk paranormal with us. And a lot of these guests you probably know, and some you don't know. And that's what our show is about, Paranormal Central. And we're hoping that it will take off, and hopefully we can get this to be on national TV starting next year for good. That's what our intent is here. So I hope that's going to happen. But right now, for the most part, we're going to have it televised here in Central California on the Fox network. And I can't wait for that. Finally, and we've been waiting for this a long time, and finally it's going to happen. So so that band, Possessed Tranquility, is off to the side of us, and they take us in and take us out of commercials. And if you want to know more about that band, you can go to our website at paranormalcentral.net, and there's a link that says Possessed Tranquility. Go there, and you can look at the pictures, and that is our band. All right? All right, so let's go ahead and continue on. Since it's Halloween, let's continue on with the atmosphere. I'm going to turn off the lights.
We have Heidi in chat.
And Heidi...
Is Heidi, like, ready to tell some scary stories? Ooh.
Okay, here. Okay, we just got somebody else that sent us another contact form. It's about, his name is James, and it is to watch Paranormal Central on TV. He says the easiest way to watch Paranormal Central on TV is with the Chromecast. Buy a Chromecast for $35, and then use the live stream app on your phone to cast the live show to your TV. Yep. Very easy.
Do the same thing with...
It does require an HDMI input for the Chromecast. Keep digging it. So, so
do
there
the
you
same
go.
thing with the Roku. That's what I do at home.
Okay, so there are a lot of ways of doing this, you guys. And thank you very much, Mr. James. All right, so Mr. Danny just sent me a text. Let me find out what this guy wants. Maybe more money. Oh, happened around. Man, he just sent me Robert's picture.
Oh,
let's. I'm gonna go ahead and show you this, so that way you guys understand what we. Hold on. Thank you, Mr. Danny Valdrama. I actually saved a picture of Mr. Of Robert Thornton on his deathbed, because that's what it looked like, guys. I swear. Let me go to.
It really did.
Okay, I'm gonna.
I thought it looked like he was in a coma.
Yeah, I did. I mean, he was messed up. What happened here?
He probably was in, like what I was in, a morphine coma. Like you wake up every 6 minutes and beep, back in a coma. I used to love that, but they took it away from me.
You got mail.
Yeah, you were just getting carried away, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. Sorry.
Save there. Go to there. Go to there. All right. All right, I'm going to show you this. Okay. Here's this picture when it first happened. All right. See, you guys? This
Looks
guy
like he got hit by a car.
or something.
Yeah.
All right. But you know what, though? I don't think it was a car. I really don't. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because of this bike. If he was on that bike in a car, in order to do this much damage, they would have had to be going at least 40 miles an hour, and his bike would have been torn up. But his bike wasn't scratched except for a little bent on the back fender. But how do you know that didn't happen in a previous situation? His dad just assumed. I don't think he got hit by a car, guys. I really don't. I think somebody messed him up.
Well, unless he was like standing there and then they barely clipped the bike and he wasn't really on the bike. I mean, nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
He doesn't know.
But the question is, I guess the guy or whoever hit him didn't pull over. It was a hit and run. See, they're not getting any of this information. The police is not giving it to him, I guess. But there you go. I wanted to show you how messed up he was. He was messed up. All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and call Heidi.
Oh, you. Okay, yeah.
Okay. Oh, I had a missed call come in. Dang it. Sorry.
Everybody was telling you got a missed call.
How do they know?
I guess. I don't know.
Oh, they must have heard it?
I don't know.
Dang it. Sorry, guys. Hold on here. All right. So Heidi
I hope you guys saw or heard me before we got cut off. Go Google Bloviating Zeppelin and read this guy's blog. He is good.
All right. Heidi is not going to give us a UFO report tonight.
No.
She's in the hospital, and we'll let her tell you why she's in the hospital. Everybody who seems to be with us been in the hospital lately. I hope that's
yeah, except for you and Danny.
Yeah, well, you know what? Knock on wood.
Look, me and Heidi are tag teaming it. She was in, and then she went out, and then I went in, and she went out, and I went in, and I went out, and now she's in again.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Mrs. Heidi, how's it going?
Hi, Heidi.
Hey, how's it going over there?
It's my
good.
My hospital tag team partner.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Ellen's out, my turn. We got to keep the bed warm.
Jeez.
Yeah, they're talking about doing that to me again, but I'm kind of fighting it.
So what's going on? Why are you in the hospital?
Well, as I have some alien DNA, very, very, very rare thing of my head not being attached.
Right.
Literally.
Right.
It's equivalent to being internally decapitated. That's what happens to some people. I don't know if you guys heard of that little toddler in Australia who survived being, internally decapitated. It's such an odd thing to have happen and survive it. But I was born this way, so that's even stranger. So I had a little run-in with a bunk to the head, and that jarring to my neck is just can jack things up. But I'm pretty good. I'm like, I don't know, I'm all right.
You all right?
It's just that they want to do therapy,
Okay.
to help with it. So that's my big hang up here. So
Is it like physical therapy? Like torture?
physical therapy, yes. So that's going to keep me in a therapy hospital I'm going to be going to tomorrow, maybe a week or two. So that's all good. I'm feeling good otherwise, but oh my goodness, the stuff that they give me makes me so drowsy. I did not take pain medicine, and because I wanted to be alert. And then they have me on, gabapentin is, for nerve pain.
Yeah.
Oh, holy cannoli! I'm like, what is?
I
this
can't
stuff?
take that stuff. I have a ear problem called Meniere's disease, and it causes me to go into what do they call it? Spinning.
Holy mackerel!
Oh, there's a name for it, spinning. But I'll go in spins.
Vertigo.
Vertigo for like an hour or two, or three, and you can't do anything when you're spinning.
Right,
Yeah.
and that's my main problem is the dizziness. I mean, my neck is fine. Honestly, yes, it's not connected, but I was born this alien way. But
alien way.
Just jarring. When I get jarred, I get dizzy. So I now have some dizzy issues that I just need to get some therapy for, and I'm good to go.
Right on. Okay, well.
Jeez. Well, tomorrow I start my they call cardiac rehab too, so they'll be torturing me too.
Gotcha.
Man. I'll be thinking about you when I'm in the torture rack.
Oh, well, please do, and I'll keep you in mind as well. So I hope I get my thoughts straight this evening because that gabapentin is
good stuff.
Well, if you start slurring your words, man, we're gonna start laughing our ass off on this end.
Oh, don't do it.
Jeff will start playing
no,
his
that's
music.
all good. I was like, I'm not going to take any of this pain meds. I'm actually feeling pretty good. Oh, what's this crap? But it's all good.
All right.
It's Halloween.
Absolutely.
I was like, there's no way I'm going to miss this.
Some people kill for that stuff.
All right. So no UFO stuff tonight. Let's just talk about some spooky stories.
Spooky.
Yeah. What do you got? You got some emails, right?
Oh, I got some good stuff. Well, first I want to invite everybody to feel free to still write me at oddadvicehh@gmail.com. Send me your paranormal stories, your comments, your questions, anything and everything out of the ordinary. I will share here, and we'll discuss it. So,
cool.
I have some spooky stories. I was just like flipping through the internet here in my comfy hospital bed, and I didn't get to read fully all these stories. I like to be surprised.
Sure.
So,
Well,
right,
last time you didn't read one, and it had Fresno in there.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Was freaky.
Yeah, it was cool. All right.
That was
All
okay.
right.
So, I'm not going to slur my words. Okay. All right. It says, this is my story, and admittedly, it's not really a story, more of a memory of something from my childhood. I hope someone has some idea what I'm talking about and can relate. When I was very young, before starting school, I lived out in the country with my family. I didn't even remember this until my mom mentioned it to me a few years ago. I would put my ear to the ground. It didn't matter if it was in the house, in the front yard, or middle of the field, and I would sit there listening. One day my mom finally asked what I was listening to, and I told her, I'm listening to the people screaming. She told me to never do that again, ever. I remember she looked really frightened. Eventually, I forgot about it, but now I wonder what I was hearing back then. I remember the voices. There were so many of them, and I could tell that they were all in great pain, but I wasn't sure why. But I just knew they were underground and that I could hear them. I hope someone could shed some light on this for me. I have other events from my childhood to relate to, but at a later time. Ah! That's freaky. You know, I have to admit, I had a crazy thing, something like that happen, and I felt like the ground was transparent, and I felt like a gazillion eyes looking at me in agony, like from the pits of hell. I don't. It's such a strange thing. I put it in my book, The Secret War. And what surrounded that. It was just so crazy. And you know, in reading this, this is one that I did see more of this story before I shared here, and I was like, wow, you know, sounds of hell. I'm like, oh my God, somebody else has felt that, and it's crazy.
Wow,
it's really crazy.
Now, do you think because of your I don't know how to use your head not connected correctly? Is it because you can sense things more than other people? I mean,
well, you know, I have to wonder personally, like, how the heck have I seen and experienced some of the stuff that I have? I don't understand it. I don't consider myself psychic or anything like that. I'm too ordinary and silly to consider myself anything like that. But I've seen ghosts. I've seen aliens. I've seen Bigfoot. I've seen angels. I had Jesus encounters. And I've had these days where it feels like people are walking around screaming out their emotions where, like, I can't take it, you know? And so it's like I wonder sometimes, you know, what the heck. You know, I had no idea that I had all these malformations that are extremely rare, like 12 of them. I found I had like 12. I think I told you guys, I have what's considered like a fish gill left in my neck.
Whoa. What?
Yeah, did I tell you guys that? Come on now.
I want pictures.
It's a gill?
Well, they told me for a year I had an extremely rare brain tumor. I'm like, what? This sucks. I had just got my first radio contract with CBS Radio, and I just signed it, and a week later I was told I'd never speak or eat again or be able to move my tongue or swallow. I'd need a feeding and a breathing tube. I was like, what the heck? It was like some crazy rare tumor. I went to 12 different doctors, coast to coast, and they all told me the same thing. They'd have to cut off all my nerves. This is what's gonna happen to me. And I'm like, well, is it cancer? And they're like, no. I'm like, what the hell's the rush? Give me a little time. Let me figure this out. I mean, I have a medical background. You know, I'm like, I'm not going to let these guys butcher me. You know, I've seen patients, you know, be butchered and like, oops, wrong thing, you know. So I wasn't going to be one of those statistics. So, but to go to Johns Hopkins, Mayo Clinic, all these people, and they're telling me the same thing. And, you know, there are angels out there in doctor uniforms, and I called this one man down in Tennessee, Vanderbilt, Dr. Netterville. I'm going to put his name out there. And I called his office, like, do you cover, you know, these rare tumors called vagal schwannomas? It's like your own body formed this tumor. The nerve sheath formed into a tumor. There's no, like, picking it out of something. Your nerve became a tumor. It's crazy. And he personally, this surgeon, this world-renowned surgeon, got on the phone for 45 minutes and spoke to me about how he was going to take that off. And, sweetheart, don't you worry. You just get on down here, and I will help you. You will speak. I don't care what people have told you. I go down there 2 seconds into reading my MRI, and he goes, sweetheart, I have never seen this before. Now, this is Mr. World-Renowned who's trained a lot of people. He said, but I don't think that's a tumor. I think it's something more rare. And then he said it was a third brachial cleft wrapped around my carotid. And it's essentially, you know, when you're an embryo, you have a fish gill to breathe the embryonic fluid in your mother's womb. And I have one still left that may protrude all the way to the front of my neck to the back. So when Waterworld happens, me and Kevin Costner are going to be just fine. You guys are all going to drown.
Screw us.
Yep, I'm out. So there.
Holy
right,
mermaid.
Man.
Yeah, we got Heidi the mermaid.
Man, that is crazy. You know what?
That's more scarier than a spooky story, though. I'll tell you that.
You know what?
I tell people don't take the first, the second, the third. I had 13 different doctors before I got the right answer. I mean, it was a horrible year. I tell you that much.
Okay, all right.
Really
Let me talk. You know, what if, you know, and Alan, we've talked about this many times, that, you know, we're changing. Our DNAs are changing. Our bodies are changing to adapt to different things, right?
I think that they're spraying it on us.
And maybe you're just, man, you're just, wow. I don't know what. I wasn't going to go there, but yeah,
crazy.
That's crazy.
I don't get it. You know, as a kid, I had severe seizures. My head has been scanned many times as a kid. They never told me, by the way, her head's not connected, and she has a fish gill. Oh, and this thing over here looks like a brain aneurysm. I was told that. I was 95% fatal. I'm about to die. Trust me, I'm writing a book on it, because this is mental. It's like, what? You know, so did these things pop up more recently? I mean, it's weird. It's very strange.
When did you find out about your head not being connected?
I found that 3 years ago.
What? Just recently?
Yeah.
Holy smokes. I thought it was like something like you found out when you were a kid or a teenager.
No.
What?
No. And the kicker
That's
of it all,
scary.
I dealt with that year of a brain tumor, right? And then when I found out it wasn't a brain tumor, I'm like, well, what the hell did these doctors not see? You know, I'm flipping through my MRI reports, and it said a strange name. I Googled it and almost fell off my chair. I'm like, my head's not attached? What the heck? You know, they didn't tell me. I found it myself. So everybody get your reports and read them and Google everything you find on there, because, wow, how do you she has internal decapitation.
That is
weird.
weird.
And let me tell you, I am a roller coaster junkie. I had season passes. I'd go from Chicago to California to the roller coasters, and they're like,
well, no wonder your head fell off.
yeah. They said people like me,
time to sue
magic. They die on the roller coasters, and they don't know why, and they're like, "Oh, their head wasn't connected." We're one of those people.
It's time to sue Magic Mountain in Great America. God.
Yeah.
You should find out. There's this program called Prove Bio. You'll have to Google it. Everybody should Google it. Only my doctor, they do a DNA test on you. They take a thing and swab your cheek. And then they run your DNA against all medicines, and then they find out what medicine works on you and what medicine wouldn't work on you, and they tell you about your pain threshold and the whole thing. And I mean,
that's weird.
It's really, I mean, yeah, I thought about like, oh no, now they're gonna know that much more about me, but at the same time, like I have to take, I take like 12 meds. And some of them I have to take twice a day, right? I think 6 or 7 of them. So, you know, I'm taking this big handful of medicine, like a cocktail, kind of like. But only it tells you if your body could handle it, or if it's not, it's going to reject it, or if it's going to work really well with you, or if it's going to interfere with other medicines. And it takes all the guesswork out of that for the doctors. And I think it's a really good thing. I don't want everybody to know, you know, that much about me, but I like knowing that much about me. And I found out like I'm not one to get addicted, which is really cool. Everybody's all worried about that now, you know, like, oh no, don't give him a pain pill, even though he's about to die from pain. You know, he might get addicted. Well, I'm less propense to get addicted, which is like, yay.
Yeah, that's awesome. You know, I would imagine I'd test that way, because I am so, you know, even as a kid, I refused to take my anti-seizure medicines. I was 10 years old, and I said, that's it, not doing it. Right. So I'm like that still, and it's like I don't care for feeling out of it. So
me either. You know, in fact, I never took an aspirin until I didn't even know what a headache was until like only like 10 years ago or something like that, 15 years ago.
Holy crap. All right, you know what? You're not my friend anymore.
Yeah, I mean, everybody hated me because I never took aspirin or nothing. But now, look at me. I'm making up for it fast.
Yeah, truly. My goodness. Well, all right. I guess we should probably hop on.
And we really scared everybody that time.
Yeah,
No.
really. Yeah.
All right. All right. Okay. Here.
Everybody's really shaking their head, going, "Yeah, I'm like that too." Wow. No.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody called me Heidi the Fish Woman Hollis in the chat room. I like that. I like that. What was that? Merman? That cartoon?
Merman.
I like that.
Don't know about that one.
Merwoman.
There you go, Merwoman.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So here we go. Here goes the second story.
Okay.
And it says, a few months ago, I started having dreams about this tall, blonde-haired man, thin-built, muscular legs, tanned. Ooh, gosh, that sounds great. He made random appearances in my dreams, which always ended up being quite disturbing. Soon, he was making a nightly appearance. He was there, but not part of my dream. Even more disturbing. I was having trouble getting to sleep one night. I rolled over, and he was standing right next to the side of my bed, bent over, looking at me. Oh, that's weird. I had left my nightstand light on, and my husband was in the living room watching TV. My ceiling fan was on. I was aware of all things, so I knew I was not asleep. He just stayed there, bent over me. I yelled out, "Who are you?" He didn't move. Then I screamed at him to get out several times, and finally he raised up, backed up, and disappeared into my closet wall. 2 nights later, I was having horrible dreams and woke up to him holding me down in bed. But this time, I was not willing to sleep in the dark. So I was able to see him and know this was the same man. I was able to get loose from one of his arms, at which time the palm of his hand ended up right near my face, and I was able to see that he had a blood-red cross, looked like the plus sign, embedded in his palm. Red cross is there. When I was able, I ran from my room. I don't mind saying I am terrified. I am most disturbed by the cross in his palm, but would like any help or advice that would shed some light on this. I don't want this to happen again. Woo! What the heck?
Start praying.
Yeah, what is that? I've never heard of such a thing. Sounds like a Nordic, but I don't know about the red tattoo. His choice of tattoos may be off, and for a red cross, maybe he liked the symbol. I don't know.
Not me.
What do you guys think?
I don't know.
That's a good one.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
That's crazy.
That's
I haven't heard of that one.
Scary, though.
I get it. Yeah. But it is scary. All right, I got another one.
Okay.
This one. This says, I am not someone who turns to the internet for information like this. I got these stories, by the way, offline. I was just randomly looking for spooky stories. I am not a person who shares stories like this either, but I need someone to tell me that they have had an experience like this. I was sexually assaulted by something last night. Oh, no. I don't know what it was, but I do know this. I have had a lot of experience in my short 23 years with spirits and spiritual entities, and what I experienced last night was not a spirit. I was lying in my bed meditating, as I do every night before bed. As I lay there, I felt something caressing my body. Nice. Whatever it was touched me in all the right places and in just the right way.
Holy smokes.
Oh boy, this is a little X-rated. It was complete ecstasy for a good long while. I had no control. I was spellbound. Oh, yikes. I actually enjoyed it, which, by the way, disgusted me. Yeah. Eventually, my mind broke through the spell, and I decided that whatever was going on needed to stop. Only I couldn't stop what was happening, and the more I fought mentally, the harder it was to make the feelings go away. I had to physically push this thing off from me. Physically? Ugh. Yeah. It was very odd. I couldn't see the thing other than the actual pleasure it was giving me, but I knew where its chest, even if it had a chest, should have been. I put my hands in that area and physically pushed them upward toward the ceiling. I felt nothing when I did this, but the sexual sensation did immediately stop. I have never had an encounter like this before, and I am bothered by the fact that a creature I cannot see was able to arouse me in such a way. There are only a handful of people who know how to touch me in such a way. Oh, boy. Does anyone have any idea
and she's from
what
Fresno.
It could have been?
No.
Yikes. one element of shadow people encounters, a lot of people don't like to discuss.
They do
but
that.
They have been violated.
Yeah.
In this manner.
And so do the ones that smell like sulfur. I mean, the people can't see them, but they smell sulfur and a musty smell. Have you heard that one?
Yes, the reptilians.
Yeah, the reptilians.
And they smell the same way.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard people talk about that sulfur smell and how pungent it is. And you know what, guys? I'd not seen anything, but I was on my computer. I just finished doing a radio show, and I was there on my computer maybe 10 minutes. And I am not kidding you. Out of nowhere, the most rancid, rotten egg smell just filled the room. And I mean, I'm just like looking around like, what the hell? Did a toilet back up underneath my feet? What is that smell? I'm just like looking around, and it was so overwhelming. Like you just feel sick to your stomach. And I'm like, there was no reason for it. It lasted for about 5 minutes and completely gone. Not like a trace was left. And I'm like, something was in here.
Bigfoot.
I mean, I've heard this, but I've just, and I got that feeling that something was around, but wow.
It was,
that's just crazy. Have you guys experienced that?
It was the broccoli from the night before.
I did.
Oh, jeez, it wasn't me.
I did, and I would tell
right?
I would tell the family, and my dad would say, "Go wash your upper lip."
What?
That's what he would tell me. It would be like, "Man, you guys smell that smell? Just go wash your upper lip." That's what he would tell me.
That's a regular occurrence in our home, man.
Oh boy!
I swear.
He doesn't want to admit anything weird was happening. Is what the deal was.
Man, good question.
My family would say, "Whoever smelt it, dealt it."
Dealt it.
So.
There you go. Yeah. That's why I keep my mouth shut all the time.
I have a brother that would claim it.
Mine. My bean burrito from Taco Bell last night.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
All right, I got another spooky story.
Okay, go for it.
All right. This one says, I have experienced things, felt things, and seen things ever since I was a little kid. But this experience didn't happen to me, but only happens around me. So when I was younger, I would have bad dreams, and I would ask one of my older brothers to come sleep in the bed with me. One night when I was about 5 or 6, I asked my oldest brother to sleep in my room, and he did. Later on that night, he said he awoke to a black figure over him. Mind you, I'm sleeping in the bed right next to him. He says that the figure began choking him, and he was trying to scream and wake me up and yell for my parents, but he couldn't move or speak. He says he knows he wasn't dreaming. It was as real as anything else he's experienced. The next day, he told me and my family about his experience. Until this day, he will not stay in my room. I'm now 21 years old, and my brother stays at my house. He has seen the same black figure, but only around my bedroom, outside of my door, never anywhere else. But whatever it is has not threatened my safety or made me feel uncomfortable. Oh, my gosh. Could it be a guardian? She asked.
Yeah. We had a story like that last week. I had a friend of mine call in, and exact same thing happened to her brother, Frankie, who came from Sanger and visit them in Orange County. They've had this evil presence in her home, and he was sleeping in her room, her daughter's room, and woke up, and there was this female sleeping in the room or in the bed right next to him. But I told her what to do as far as what to say, and it worked. It worked, and she came on last week at the end of the show and pretty much told her story and said, "Yeah, man, it worked, 100%. Everything is back to normal."
That is just freaky wild.
Wow.
You know, I get these stories of shadow people and Hatman, of course, and people seem to think because these things will beat the hell out of or choke people that come towards their bedroom door or whatever, they must be a guardian. It's your brother. It choked him into near unconsciousness and scares the crap out of him. It's not guarding you.
No.
It's trying to create a separation. It's trying to create problems. It's not there for your good. So I don't see how that could be seen as a guardian when they're being an evil butthole.
Right.
So there you go. I have an email.
Okay.
of somebody's story?
Go for it.
All right, here we go. This one looks juicy. I haven't read this. Okay. Dear Heidi, I'm not sure if your team looks into the issues I'm facing. Well, team, do we look into that? Yes, we do. But I didn't really know where to take my questions. I'm curious what connections you think, if any, that there are between sleep paralysis and hauntings and or spiritual encounters or even alien abductions. I am 30 years old and have been suffering from severe sleep paralysis almost nightly for over 5 years now and can remember attacks from as young as 5 years old. I've accepted the traditional medical explanations and tried to ignore it as much as I could until recently. I've started doing my own research and found that approximately 8% of the population describes in detail the same entities during sleep paralysis that I encounter during my attacks. If it is something as simple as a neurological sleeping disorder, I see where this guy's going, it's my same conclusion, then how is it that thousands of people that I've never met see the same evil beings approaching them while they're fully awake and aware but unable to move? I refuse to accept, I think they mean accept, that it's a coincidence. So I looked into these entities and their history and folklore, trying to find out who they are. Oddly enough, I have found that almost all sleep paralysis victims encounter and are tormented by a shadowy figure who is known as the Hat Man, is he now, which I have been attacked by many times. The shadow people, who are the most common. The old hag, which was only once, but by far the most terrifying experience, and most recently, a ram? What? That, as far as I know, I'm the only one seeing. A ram? That sounds like the devil. And it goes even further. A lot of people who suffer from sleep paralysis share a lot of the same traits in their descriptions of their encounters as UFO abductee victims. Looking into these characters, I've discovered a large resemblance and connection between the Hat Man and Papa Legba, who was recently depicted on the TV show American Horror Story Season 3. Sounds like a voodoo character. Here he goes. I began to look into Papa Legba in Haitian voodoo script. Oh, look, I didn't say that. Okay, that's funny. Script and legend, and found that he is a gatekeeper between this realm and others. He stands guard and lets spirits through. He also bargains with the living during their hard times, reprieve in exchange for their soul. Ironically, the one time I encountered the old hag lady, she was accompanied, this is so common, she was accompanied by the Hat Man. This is ironic because in Papa Legba legend, he took the spirit of a woman named Pauline. Now her job is to help collect and sacrifice innocent souls. In my encounter, he stood there while she jumped on my wife's chest, unwittingly and asleep. And I couldn't do a thing because he walked over and held my wrist down to the bed. I can't imagine. She grabbed my wife by the throat and was thrashing at her until I luckily snapped out of it. Like I said, I don't know if you guys are into this sort of thing, but there is just far too much irony for me to explain, except for sleep paralysis is simply the brain and body not clicking during REM sleep. It has to be something spiritual, and there's far more than this. This is just the side that I know personally. I know there's a lot more to sleep paralysis that relates to extraterrestrial things, but I personally have not had encounters like that. I guess in short, what do you guys know about the Hat Man and Papa Legba? Are they one in the same? Thank you. Wow, that was an anonymous one. Well, holy smokes, yes, we were into this thing, aren't you guys?
Yeah, I mean, this is the time to do it. It's Halloween, so.
Yeah, right. I would recommend. I have made the connection between Hat Man, shadow people, aliens, and the Hat Man in my book, The Secret War. And then if you read the Hat Man, True Story of Evil Encounters, I have the ongoing story about Hat Man. He does hang out with old lady Hag. I don't know if that's his woman or something, but he does. I don't know what it is that she likes to. She's like a little minion of his, and she just scrounges around and hops on people while he watches. He doesn't like to get his suit dirty or wrinkled, I think. So yeah, this is common. What's interesting? I'm on the same boat as the sleep paralysis stuff goes, I mean, it's not a coincidence. Nothing is a coincidence in this life, especially in the paranormal world. I'm sorry.
Right.
But
Nope.
people are seeing the same creepy, freaky, low-down, good-for-nothing, rotten creatures, and it's for a reason. And it's, it's also for a reason, is they have to paralyze you in order to do what they can do because, hello, they can't handle us.
That's
Papa
right.
Ligba, I have heard of these voodoo characters, and I've heard of this voodoo guy. I think people gave, the same rotten man, different names. I mean, the Native Americans call him something, different cultures call him something. The Koreans call him something else. But it's one and the same. Yes, I do believe that. And Slender Man, hello. Yeah, I think it's one and the same. So it's all connected. But the one thing that's awesome about this, there's one remedy for it all. And I'm sorry, but it's called faith. Find it. I encourage check out the other fword.com. I hate to sound like I'm plugging, but I keep thinking to myself, how else can I help people? But to keep trying to put more information out there, I'm trying to put books together on faith. And I got one out, and I'm putting another one out. But if my head keeps connected, I'll get it out really soon. The other F word is the name of the book on getting, figuring out what your faith is, what faith level is, and getting it right. So these rotten, low-down, good-for-nothing, evil things keep away from you. So, what did you guys have to say?
How can people get your books? Where can they go?
The other fword.com. That's and then for the Secret War and Hat Man books. I mean, you can go to HeidiHollis.com, and I have links to all of it. And honestly, this is all an effort to try to help people.
Right.
It's I keep my day job, and it's like. It's just a passion, and it breaks my heart reading these stories. It really does. I love good humor, and I'm a cartoonist. Making comics or jokes is fun, but these people are really hurting out there. Every night, this man's being paralyzed. How'd you like to wake up to the freaking Hat Man who's glowing red eyes, jagged, crazy, Joker smile, teeth, and he's holding you down, and a nasty, wretched-looking, 3-foot-tall, gross woman is, jumping on your wife and choking and digging at her. I mean, these poor people.
Right.
I mean, gosh, you just want to hop on my broom and go help them.
What's really bad is people think that there's only one of these things, too. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing with Bigfoot. They'll tell me, you mean there's more than one Bigfoot?
I know.
Yep, and there's more than one, Shadow Man, and they're
Shadow
all over
people,
the place.
Yeah, there's several different shadow people. The Hat Man, I'm kind of waiting and trying to figure it out with him because, Jesus could be everywhere at once. Why
he's the only one.
So I don't know.
He's the only one that can, though. That can be everywhere. He's the only one that can be everywhere at once. But the other one has legions of helpers that can be everywhere and report to him.
Yeah, I believe so. I don't know. It's like I don't know. I'm just like the jury's out for me on that because it's like I don't know. I mean, it's just interesting to me. It's something that I need to definitely research more. And yes, I give credit to God, Jesus being everywhere, more than the negative can. But gosh, we sure do live in some rough times. Oh, and did you guys know you're due for a big monster earthquake?
Yeah, we've been hearing about that. Yeah.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yep.
When I was in high school, they were telling me that they were saying, "Man, you better move out over here to Oklahoma." Some of my family back there, because California is going to fall in the ocean.
Oh.
And I told them where I live, I'm going to have beachfront property. For real. So they ought to move out here with me, and we'll share. I'll share my beachfront property.
Oklahoma's getting a lot of earthquakes.
Yeah, they are.
So I don't know what's going on.
And
what I
they're still getting
people when they say
tornadoes.
Because I want to move to California, and I always tell, and they're like, "Oh, it's going to fall in the ocean." And more people die in the Midwest from car accidents because of the winter and the crazy weather than earthquakes over in California. So I think I'll take my chances with an earthquake getting me.
There you go.
Well, I mean, I've rode out some serious earthquakes, like in L.A. in 70 or 71. It was the Silmar. All you have to do is Google Silmar. That actually, they say, oh, the Silmar quake. Well, that one actually took months. It built up and built up. Like every day there was 4 or 5 good earthquakes. And then one morning there was one that was better than all of them, you know what I mean? Right. And broke the walls and everything. And then there was one every day after, 2 or 3 every day aftershock things going backwards, down. But it wasn't like a tornado, picking your house up. Like you go to my aunt's house and there's this little room in the closet, and you're like, "What's that for?" And she goes, "Oh, this is steel-lined room. Doesn't have a door, and it's all bolted to the foundation, and it's a tornado room. You could go in there, and it won't get lifted up and spun around, and nothing will go flying through it either. It's all steel-lined,
You gotta have it.
Yeah, and I'm like, wow, I bet nobody on the block has that. Somebody come over here and shoot you up just to get in your steel-lined room.
Well, like that movie Safe Room with Jodie Foster. I don't know, Safe Room. I don't think that's the right title for it. But, yeah, I mean, if you're living in the Midwest, a good room like that would be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
wow.
Or the basement.
Or here, too. I mean, they tell you to go climb under your desk or go in a closet when an earthquake, because everything can't fall on you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right, Heidi. Thank you very much.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Yeah. Make sure you tune in next Sunday. We're not going to have a show next Sunday, by the way, and it will be pre-recorded as far as the haunted house goes, so I think you'll have fun. If you're there in the hospital, you're going to laugh your ass off.
Yeah, you got to see if you can get live stream on their TV thing. You might be able to watch it live.
Nice. Well, hey, live from my hospital room in my lovely green hospital gown. This has been fun. This was truly a nightmare. Truly.
Yeah. You're spending Halloween in a scary place.
Truly. The place, my room's haunted.
Really?
I have a ghost. Oh, yes.
I believe it.
I have a ghost in my freaking hospital room. And the nurse acknowledged it. That's the creepier part.
No way. What did she say?
Swear to God. My, those sensor faucets, I've got 2.
Right.
2 of them. And they're randomly, turning on. It's just crazy. And I kid you not, before it came on the show, the nurse is like, "Oh, I see things all the time."
All right, go get that.
They're talking to me, and it turned on behind her. And she goes, "Oh, well, hello there."
Go get that. Go get that nurse. Go get that nurse. Where's that nurse at? Hit your.
I will.
No. Hit the button right next to you that says "Help." Get her in there. Is she there still?
No, she's outside the room.
Go get her.
It might take a long time.
No, I don't know where she's at on the floor. It's a big hospital. I'm in Chicago.
Chicago.
Why don't you yell and scream for help, and maybe she'll run in there.
You want me to try to buzz for the nurse?
Buzz for the nurse. I'm serious. I want to talk to her.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. We'll see if we can get her. Hold on a second.
I'm not going anyplace.
Okay, cool.
The nurse probably.
I'm ringing for her. I'm waiting.
Yeah, Danny's actually going to be going your way here next month, or no, 2 weeks.
Yeah,
he's going to be going to Chicago.
Yeah.
I'll tell him what hospital and say, go visit Heidi.
What's the nurse's name?
Shoot, let me look at the wall. Oh, she's got a different name. It's Hayes.
Okay, Hayes.
Hold on. Can I help you? Hi, could you send the nurse to my room, please? Okay. Thanks.
Tell her pronto, because we only have we
have 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Funny.
Yeah.
Damn straight.
Oh, she'll get a kick out of this because we're chatting for a long while. Hold on.
Oh yeah, you get to know them. Your life is in their hands in there.
Yeah. Well, she did tell me she got a new patient, ICU patient, so. Hopefully she got held up by them. We'll wait.
Okay, no problem.
So anyways, I was just having some lovely hospital chocolate ice cream she brought me, too, before I came on. Because I told her I needed something to wake me up.
Right.
And she brought me chocolate ice cream.
At least they don't have you on the cardiac diet. Man, that you can't have anything. I was like, man, I need a cup of coffee. They're like, oh, it has to be unleaded. I'm like, so you can't get a wake me up cup of coffee. It has to be unleaded.
That's
like,
funny.
man.
Oh, here she comes. Hello, Gabe. I believe it or not, I told them about the ghost in the room, and they said, "Oh, put her on. Let's talk to her about the ghost." Here she comes. Hello.
Hi, is this Miss Nurse Hayes?
Yes.
Hey, hi. My name is
Hayes.
Jeffrey and Allen. You're on a talk radio show, and we've known that you were talking to Heidi there about possibly ghost in a room. How long have you worked there? First of all,
10 years.
10 years.
Wow.
So you probably have seen a lot of stuff, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Now, I don't want to tell people what hospital it is because I don't want to give them a bad rap. But so what have you seen there? And you work all shifts, day or night?
Over the 10 years, I've worked day shift, night shift, and evening shift. So
Awesome.
I'm currently on evenings.
Okay. So what are the coolest things you've seen?
The coolest or the scariest? Like
Just really strange things. A lot of the times, the sinks, like the water will go on and off. I was joking with one of my patients this a couple of years ago. I was like, oh, that's just, our ghost, in the room. And then I was like, oh, yeah, this is the Grim Reaper. And it actually turned out that the man died the next day.
Oh, wow.
I felt so bad when I said that. Like, who says that?
Have you ever? I heard that if, like, when people are near, passing, that sometimes you can see in the other realm or something. Have you ever felt or sensed
Have you
that?
ever had a patient say there's somebody in my room but you
Absolutely.
don't? Really? And
Yes.
all of a sudden they passed away the following day or
the next 5 minutes?
It's either they are confused or I will actually have a patient, with a chronic illness or, who is hospice who will state that, they are ready or, today's my last day or they'll be like, I want to talk to this person or that person or they'll just have this, feeling of enlightenment. You could see it in their eyes that it's like,
hey,
it's
Grandpa.
okay, that I'm going.
Wow. And a majority of those that tell you they do pass away, right away then?
Yeah, it's like they know their time's up.
Wow.
That's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Wow.
I want to go
It's
hang
strange.
out
It's
there.
like the spirit and the mind and the body protect itself at the end. Everything comes together. It's extremely weird and beautiful.
Now, but they're not.
It's morbid to say, but it's so true.
But they're not afraid to go.
Well, we all
right?
got to go, so really it isn't morbid that much.
No,
Yeah.
no. They embrace it, like it's my time. No one's like, don't let me die. It's just like everything just falls into place.
Now, is that mostly the elderly, or do you have even the younger ones say that?
I have the younger ones as well, because I will have patients, with brain tumors, that are inoperable, and, when it's their time, they accept it. And they actually cope way better than I would, if I was, had their diagnosis.
Now, do you think maybe they are seeing something that you can't see and it's comforting them, or maybe they know something? I mean, because
I do, I could feel, the spidey sense, almost like their guardian angel, is protecting them, but, every soul's different. I take care of, dark souls, I don't like to, but it's my job and I will,
Wow. How do you know they're dark? How do you know they're dark?
It's just the feeling that I get. I could just read into their hearts. They don't have to say anything to me. They don't have to, look at me in a certain way, but it's just like I could just pick it up.
Wow. Now, it's sounding to me that you may have a gift.
Yep, I think so too.
Has that ever come across your mind that maybe, even at a younger age, were, growing up, did you ever have the feeling that you can sense things from people and different type of, I don't know, you know where I'm going with this?
Yeah. When I was growing up, my friends included, my animals and talking to ghosts. Like I laid in bed at night and I would just, talk to my brother who passed away, my grandparents. Now when I do it, I talk to my parents, I will have people that I was semi-acquainted with, come to me in spirit form that I've never met in person, come to me and almost be like my guide. Very strange. I never expected it, but yeah, I do get the sense, and I could tell who they are.
Wow.
But
and the kind of work you do is like, you can you just walk across in front of a door and sense that person in that room, or can you sense bad in a room and a good in a room from people, from the person in there?
I can.
Wow, that's got to be tough. That's got to be tough, though.
It is, and it's like I have to put up, my guard, because I can't suck in their energy, and that's what it is. It's all energy, You could read the energy, you could feel it, but at the end, it's like you just got to recycle it. You have to, take it in and give it right back to them. So,
wow.
Yeah, because if you just keep, eating it up, then it will destroy you.
Yeah.
So,
so
Heidi, what do you sense on Heidi? She's weird, huh?
Oh, Heidi. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, she's... Don't get me started. That's the whole HIPAA situation over there.
She said she says she's part alien. Do you believe that?
Absolutely. Yeah, her tentacles are popping out right now.
She can breathe underwater. You know that, right?
I can see her gills.
Oh, shit.
Well, it's a pleasure talking to you guys.
She's going to kick my ass. Okay, thank you, Nurse Hayes. Appreciate it.
Thank you. It was good meeting you.
Hey, guys, I told you she was as weird as me.
That was good. That was great.
She said she walked by the room the other day. You were actually hearing us. Never mind. But darn it, I was gonna say something, but I can't because you were there all this time. But that was cool. That was cool.
You know what happened in the middle of her talking? My computer shut down. I was showing her you guys,
right?
And it just totally shut down.
Oh. Did you lose the battery? Battery dead? Or what?
No, it's plugged in.
See, weird stuff. That's weird.
Okay, I'm having to reboot the whole thing, and I'm like, right while she's talking, I'm like, what's going on here?
See, you'll have to play it back in the archives. It'll be in the archives just a few minutes after we go off.
Cool. Awesome. How freaky. See, I told you I'm in the right place.
Yeah, big time. Man.
It's saying my computer... Oh, wow.
So you have a virus.
Or maybe...
virus named Iris.
Or maybe Nurse Hayes sucked all the energy out of it.
It jumped on her. You know how she can sense things.
Yeah.
Maybe it, zapped her.
She's very interesting. I was like, she said, growing up, my best friends were ghosts and my animals. I'm like, what?
But isn't that the perfect nurse for you? Man, I tell you.
Yeah, in chat they're saying you need to keep that nurse, keep her as a friend.
Yeah, exactly. That's cool.
And I'm trying to open up the window again, turn my computer on. It is freaking out. My computer's freaking out. That's
Wow.
This room is haunted. It's haunted.
Well, nice knowing you, Heidi.
Yeah. Nice knowing you guys too as you slide into the ocean.
Oh, shut up. You suck.
Oh, you want to hear what's crazy? My computer just turned back on, and it's right on the page. Like, I didn't have to do anything. Wow. It shut down completely. Oh, my God. That's so weird.
I don't think...
And I'm in the chat room.
I don't think
Weird.
I don't think Nurse Hayes says who she is.
Interesting.
Better sleep. Sleep with your face toward the door tonight.
Oh my God! I'm not going to sleep well tonight.
No kidding. All right, we're going to leave you off just right there because we want you to go to bed scared shitless. It's Halloween. Come on, it's Halloween.
Yeah, I took a good nap, like 2-hour nap before coming on the show because gabapentin took me out, so I'm like ready to go now.
But you're gonna be asleep tonight, and you're gonna.
See, now you need to have them give you a downer. Now that
no way.
Tonight at 2:00, 3:00 in the morning, you're gonna hear.
My goodness.
All right.
Well, I hope you guys have a fantastic Halloween.
Yes.
I'm missing 2 Halloween parties I was invited to, and you know, it's interesting, you guys. There's interest out there in us pulling the show together and all that. And I said to Jeff earlier that there have been no less than 5 different television producer folks that have contacted me about potentially doing a show. And I'm like, what's in the water? And I was invited to a Halloween party with a bunch of producers that, I couldn't go to because I'm laid up here. And they're like, they want to meet you. They want to talk to you. I'm like, it's interesting. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, so, maybe all this, attention and interest will help, for sure.
Absolutely.
The show and, go coast to coast.
Absolutely. I got a feeling 2016 is going to be our year. And you know what? I keep saying that 2014, 2015, but I don't know. I just we're at the point right now. I think we just need to get these 9 episodes on TV. And like you said, Heidi, I think once that happens, then things will happen. So we'll see what happens.
Truly,
you never know.
It's got to.
All right, Heidi.
California will be sliding for sure.
Can you imagine that the world's gonna end in March, and we're gonna get a deal.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Happen.
All right, Heidi. We're gonna let you go.
All right. Take care.
Good night,
guys.
Heidi.
See ya.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye.
15 seconds.
15
seconds.
All right,
just hollering at me in chat.
That was awesome. I mean, what a way to end the show.
Yeah, it was
right
good.
there with Nurse Hayes. So, all right, you guys, I want to thank you for showing up for our Halloween
music.
That's
Maestro.
it. We are out of here. Make sure you guys tune in next Sunday because it is going to be a fun time. We're not going to be here, but you're going to see some people get scared out of their wits next week. You guys take care. Have a safe, happy Halloween, and we shall see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.
Welcome to Paranormal Central, broadcasting live from Central California with your hosts Jeffrey Gonzalez and Allen Thomas. Broadcasting video worldwide at ParanormalCentral.net and broadcasting audio on the Dark Matter Network at ArtBell.com. Are you ready to witness something you cannot explain?